The 2025 Reset by Design Bali Wellness Retreat was more than just a luxury experience. It felt deeply personal. It felt bespoke, like it was crafted especially for my unique needs and my soul. I'll admit, I was nervous at first, meeting 16 incredible women I did not know. But by the end, I felt wrapped in this powerful sisterhood, a community where I truly belonged. Melanated women from all across the world coming together not just to relax, even though we really did do that, but to really discover the power of self-care and to prioritize ourselves in a way we often do not do. This retreat transformed me. It healed me, and it was made all more beautiful by the sisterhood, by these women who lifted me up, shared their wisdom, held space without judgments, and always offered a listening ear. I am so excited about 2026, and I am counting down the days until we can reunite in Mauritius.
Come on in, come on in, come on in, not come on in, not come. Sorry, y'all know I'm weird. Whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Hey everybody, what's up? Hey girl, how y'all doing out there on this good Tuesday? All right. Shout out to all my members. We had our members only at noon. So, girl, if you missed it, then you can purchase it on Patreon. Link down below in the description box. Okay, girl. Yes, you can pay per view. You don't have to do a monthly. You can pay per view if you like. Okay. I had to gather myself today, and I don't know if y'all know, but I never talk about debts on my channel. Just as a rule of thumb, I don't do obits. Okay. But in this situation, I absolutely have to. I am a huge D'Angelo fan. I have a couple of his albums on wax. I listen to him every day. He's just one of my favorite artists. Like when it comes to the music he creates, he's uplifting and he's deep and he's thoughtful and his music is sultry and just so many different types of genres of music mixed up into one, very expansive. And I just loved him as an artist, and him passing away from cancer. Oh, girl, when I tell you I cry, I don't think I have cried so hard about somebody that I've never met before since I said Aaliyah, but probably since Whitney Houston. I'd be forgetting that I carried Whitney Houston's death would be around like that was my damn auntie. But D'Angelo passing away is just so hurtful to me. Yeah, he was suffering with I believe prostate or pancreatic. One of the P cancers, okay? Um all I saw was dead at 51 and I just completely like just completely yeah, I mean I was like in shock for a second. I was looking at my phone and then I stood there for like 10 minutes and I was just crying, crying, crying. And it's been, kind of back and forth just over, just because I've been listening to him, of course. Like I play him every day anyway. Like the station I normally listen to has D'Angelo in it. So yeah, I'm very sad. I'm very sad for his son. His son is in my prayers, Michael Archer II, because y'all know Angie Stone is D'Angelo's baby's mother. And she passed away a few months ago. And now this. And apparently D'Angelo has been sick for some time. So people, his family, I think, knew that he was gonna go. I think Angie knew he was dying before she died. It seems that there may have been some, understanding that he was on his way out. So yeah, y'all. Just so sad. Just so sad. I think what makes it the most sad is that at a time like this, for someone to be so uplifting, for them to die at a time like this, it just makes everything even a little bit more sadder that we're no longer in a time when he's alive. Like, I like when I say I have been in shambles, bitch, in shambles. But rest in peace and rest in power, and good luck in travels. On to the next thing. You know, D'Angelo, Michael Archer. Okay, girl. All right. So everybody, let's take a deep breath. Okay. We're gonna have to it's time to get into some things, girl. It's time to get into some things. Yeah. So first I want to start off picking up where we left off, which was with Miss Wendy Acefo and her husband being arrested for fraud. And me not understanding how we got here. Me not understanding why it is that book smarts never relays over to street smarts. Like, what is it about women that seemingly only have their head in books, therefore head in the motherfucking clouds? Husband has a weed business. Now his head is in the clouds. Now we're all in the clouds. And I'm just trying to figure out, in what fucking world was this your best option? Girl, I want to understand. I want to understand how we got here.
Arrest of Wendy and Edward Acefo of the 1900 block of Turnberry Court in Finksburg, Maryland. Both Wendy and Edward are reality actors in the series The Real Housewives of Potomac, Maryland, which is filmed partially from their residence in Finksburg, Maryland, an hour away. On April 7, 2024, at approximately 10:13 p.m., deputies responded to a residence in the 1900 block of Turnberry Court in Finksburg for a reported burglary. Edward Acefo called 911 to report the burglary. Edward and Wendy Acefo, both from Finksburg, live at that address, and they have 3 school-aged children. They reported that their home had been burglarized sometime between April 2nd and April 7th of 2024 while they were on vacation in Jamaica. The house would have been vacant at the time with no one house sitting. No one had a key to the residence, according to the Acefos. The Acefos claim that designer handbags and jewelry valued at more than $200,000 were missing from the primary residence bedroom upstairs. Responding patrol deputies handled the burglary according to policy and made contact with investigators with my major crimes unit to assist because of the dollar amount that was stolen. Crime scene investigators came to the scene the night of the report.
I'm going to say this. Even though I believe it is pertinent to the case that they are reality TV show actors, I can tell that this police officer, whoever he is, he feels some type of condescension and some type of superiority to them. He is disgusted by the fact that they are reality TV show actors. Why did he mention their address? If they are public figures, this is a public, a live that you are putting on social media. Why would you say their address? Completely unnecessary. You know why? Because in some way, you want harm to come to them in some way. That you have a disdain for them. So you are not being careful or thoughtful about what you're doing in this moment because you have a disdain for them. And we're going to get into the disdain that I've been seeing ever since this came out. And how we can discuss this is being, stupid, and you're Black, honey. Why would you do this? We can do all of that. But see, those of y'all that are taking this to hell, and anybody who agrees with Ashley, my man loves to sexually harass people, Darby, having anything to say about this, go sit the fuck down. Ashley and everybody on her side of the street, go sit the fuck down. Because to me, scamming an insurance company is like low on the totem pole for the morality of what was done here. Helping somewhat cover up possible sexual assault, high on the list. Karen almost killing people by being drunk and driving, top of the list. Giselle lying and saying a man was trying to sexually assault you and he absolutely was not, top of the list. Mia lying about the paternity of my children for fucking clout, top of the list. Wendy is still down here, which is under Jen Shah. And it's under some of you people that have done way more reprehensible things, even if they aren't considered illegal. And you're not going to have a press conference about it. Giselle, Ashley, you don't have the rights to be so judgmental of Wendy. And that's why I can't stand bitches like that, because y'all look for an excuse. Y'all didn't like that lady before. Y'all didn't give her an excuse. And let me admit, it's some weirdo shit for you to do this. It's some pick me, I want to fit in so bad I'm willing to fuck up my life in order to have designer clothes and shit to impress bitches that can barely afford to finish their house improvements. Bitch. See, I shop Shein. You're not gonna listen. I have a Klarna payment set up right now. So I'm not judging. I'm not judging anybody. Okay? Wendy, this is what it boils down to. Because see, this was my problem with you when you first came on the show, Wendy. And you and Monique kind of had that in common. There's a level of people pleasing and wanting to fit in. And so, therefore, having people like Giselle exploit the fact that you want to fit in. And so you basically kind of, you become a follower. You become a follower because you want to fit in so badly. That's what I don't like about you. That's the one thing that I didn't like about you when you first came on the show. The way you didn't know what the fuck was going on, but you so quickly decided to choose sides. And how you've continued to lean into this reality TV show shit to a point that I feel like you have in some way detached from real life so that you can become this image. And I blame your mother. I blame your family and the structural morality of one's family that will separate image from the actual person the way y'all do. Y'all care more about how shit looked than how it actually is. Therefore, you will be a follower and care more about superficial shit than you will about your psyche or the psyche of your children. And I don't even like the way it sounds like, oh, we're in high spirits and we're all good. No, you're fucking not. And you shouldn't be, bitch. You should not be in high spirits after something like this comes out. But I refuse to let the rest of you raggedy motherfuckers on that show or the fans of those colorist raggedy bitches, I refuse to let y'all use this as a way to further keep y'all foot on Wendy's neck. Because the truth of the matter is, a bitch did go to school and get 4 degrees. And I will stand on the fact that is hard work and one should be able to be boisterous about something as like that. Because I feel like merit and effort, like, I'm not a meritocracy girl and all of that, but effort, the work it takes, I think it should be respected over people that just assume power because they're a mean girl. Or assume power because they rolled the right, Gollum-like looking dick, Ashley. I want to be clear about why I'm annoyed with Wendy Osefo. And it has nothing to do with you know, this, oh, we don't like her because she kept saying she had 4 degrees bullshit. Because if a bitch was light skinned, I wonder if y'all would care about that. Okay.
Of the report to process the scene for fingerprints, DNA, and anything of evidentiary value. And while I'm there, I want to thank the state police. They actually responded, and the superintendent of the state police, Colonel Butler, I want to thank him for working with us on the case and providing resources. It should be noted that the residence does have interior and exterior surveillance cameras. None of the cameras picked up any motion or indicated a breach inside of the house. Cameras also did not pick up any suspicious activity outside of the residence.
So you didn't even pull what allegedly everybody thinks that Toya and Eugene did. You didn't even get somebody else. Okay, that ain't that what they said? Eugene and Toya said that that's what your girl was and her husband was doing. That I forgot the other couple. Was it the Indian couple? Said that them people got somebody to rob their house or some shit like that. Said that they got some, you know, it was a scheme. Listen, Atlanta is full of scammers. Atlanta is full of scammers. And so to me, I feel like Anila, there y'all go. Yeah, I definitely feel like if you're going to do insurance fraud, at least go through the trouble of paying a Ray or two to do the actual physical work for you, because they're going to investigate. So I'm like, you thought you was going to be able to put claims for hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of fucking jewelry in designer bags, and you didn't even have somebody actually rob you? This is what I'm talking about. This is not what I thought out.
During the time the Osefos were away from the residence. Detectives also checked surveillance cameras from neighbors. No evidence of a break-in or suspicious activity was noted at the Osefos' residence. Patrol deputies and detectives found no signs of forced entry or physical evidence of a burglary, such as footprints, fingerprints, or any entry point. The Osefos alleged that the burglar came in through a second-story window into the master bedroom. There was no evidence inside the residence that someone made an attempt to get into the residence through that particular window. No evidence indicated that anyone attempted.
So y'all don't even watch episodes of Columbo or Elsbeth or Murder, She Wrote. Y'all have never seen an episode of Law and Order. Y'all don't even know, like, how to create a trail of evidence in order to showcase that you may have been robbed. Y'all just broke a window from the inside and then called the police. Policia, help us. Girl, I could smack the fuck out y'all. This is like, wow. How high were you when you decided to do this?
Attempted to enter the house. The bedroom upstairs where the theft occurred was ransacked. The mattress was thrown off of the bed onto the floor to give an indication that a burglary did occur.
You threw your mattress on the ground? You threw your mattress on the ground.
Responding deputies again called our investigators because of the high dollar amount that was stolen. After the initial report, following days, we made contact with 3 separate insurance companies that the Osefos used to insure their property, which is common with this loss, that this type of loss, that detectives actually communicate with insurance companies to share information. In the days following the initial report, the Osefos contacted the detectives several times to provide additional information about the alleged burglary, evidence, and missing items. They also reported the loss to their insurance company. Again, the Osefos alleged and claimed that just over $200,000 in items were stolen from the burglary. Weeks after the alleged burglary, detectives discovered Mrs. Osefo had posted photos on social media wearing jewelry that matched items she had reported stolen, specifically a diamond anniversary band.
You wore it on TV, Wendy? You wore it on TV, Wendy? Imagine. You went to school for a collective of 40 fucking years, bitch. How long were you in school? 10 years? 8 years? Because you needed 4 fucking degrees? And in all of the degreeing that you did, you ain't never took a goddamn forensics class. 4 degrees on the wall. And this is what you do. This is what you do.
Detectives were provided receipts by the SFOs for the loss of items that they had purchased dating as far back as 2018. On those receipts were email addresses. We'd become suspicious that this was a false claim.
They're going to make a Tubi movie out of this within the next couple of weeks. I can only imagine the scene when they running around their house trying to make it seem as if, okay, all right, knock that over, flip this over. Okay, I'm gonna like just move my makeup around. I'm just gonna do like this. Okay, just do like all move a little stuff around, knock this on the floor. Okay, all right, looks like somebody robbed it. Okay, you think you're ready to call the police? Okay, wait, hold up. Let me take off one of the rings I said we're gonna steal. Hold on. Okay. 911! Come quick! We've been robbed! Hold on, wait, hold on. Let me try it again. One more time. Hold up. Help, y'all! We've been robbed! Like, I can only imagine the performing that took place. And the whole time, I imagine Happy Eddie is like, hold up, babe, do it again. Let me see if it worked. Do it again. We need help. We've been robbed. I feel so violated. I think we should go with that one. Like, you should remember, like, say violate. I think that's perfect. That'll work. Do. Hello? 911? I've been violated. Somebody robbed me. Yes, this is Wendy Sefo, Real Housewives of Potomac. Can I please have someone come to my neighborhood? Thank you. That's so one quick. Like, I can only imagine. Girl, bravo. Y'all pulling her episode of Wife Swap feels like racism. It's insurance fraud. It's not murder. That's crazy. Katie said, Wendy, I got a message from someone who asked me to make a statement. I know this is all bullshit. I'm going to send a letter to the president. Keep your head up. Sending love. Katie, go back to sleep. I'll come back to you in a moment, Katie, but I need for you to go back to sleep because I think it's extremely tone deaf for anybody to be on the internet talking about somebody reach out to Donald Trump. He has to be able to fix this. Are you going to pay, Katie? Wendy used Bonnie and Clyde by Jay-Z for her egg post the same day she called the police on April 7, 2024. Bitch. Can you imagine? Can you, like, hold up. Where my shit at? Can you imagine? Y'all? Wendy don't know. Wendy doesn't know the songs, right? Right? So after they get off the phone. Hold on, no. After they get off the phone, police come, they do the whole thing. And all right, thank you so much for coming. Just call us and let us know if anything true. Hold on. Let me do it again. Hold on. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all for coming. Please just call us and let us know if anything's transpired. Okay. All right. Thank you. Hey, baby, take the card. All right. Thank you. All right. Look for me, Young B. cruising down the west side highway, doing what I like to do. I ain't eyes behind shades. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Can you imagine them motherfuckers running around the house? All I in this life for sin is me and my girlfriend. Down the ride to the very end. Hus Lincoln, it's me and my boyfriend. Me and my boyfriend. I cannot. I can only imagine. Like, to me, I want the camera footage from when the police leave. Because I feel like they're running around the house and shit. Dancing and shit. You know? Let me see. Because there's other stuff, right? I'm just so disappointed. I'm so disappointed. Right before I came up here, this is what I saw. Real Housewives of Potomac star Wendy Osefo has been dismissed from her position as a distinguished visiting professor of sociology at Wesleyan University following her arrest on multiple fraud charges. So now you're losing jobs all over the place. You see how this is not smart? Because what you were gonna, like, you could have sold your house and downsized before you decided to commit this level of fraud. Because now you're gonna have to sell your house and possibly downsize any fucking way, because you may possibly get 7 felonies. I am so upset. I am so upset with y'all. But at the same time, again, I want to hear shit from fucking Ashley.
I want to say that, like all of you,
oh my God, back away from the microphone, just a taste.
I found out about the charges against Wendy and Eddie Osefo on Friday morning, and there's not much that I can say. I know nothing of the charges more than you guys do, than what I've read. I'm sad about this. I'm really sad about this. And, you know, Wendy is just, you know, I'm a Wendy fan, and she has been a great housewife and a great role model for, she's always led with education and her solid family values. And so that's what, you know, I'm really thinking about her and her family, and I'm certainly hoping that this is all some big, you know, nothing. And by the way, last night's Watch What Happens Live, we had taped that before I went to LA, so that is why you did not hear me.
Okay, enough. I'm bored. That's what he had to say. He's full of shit. Yeah. When somebody says she's been a great housewife, to me, that sounds like, you know, she's bent over when we needed her to. And so I'm sorry that someone who I can control is gonna possibly, you know, not be on the show. We have to see what's gonna happen, but I'm gonna feign ignorance for the time being. So yeah, that said, Ashley, first of all, I don't know what Ashley did to her face. You know, but you do your face. But you do it, girl. Okay? Because much like Wendy, you're giving don't. I got 5 on it. Joker like smile. Yeah, girl. I don't know what you tightened up. I don't know what you did, Ashley, but please put it back. Whatever you took out, put it back.
This ain't news to us. No, we were not shocked. Yeah. I'm keeping her in my prayers. And all of that. Well, she can protest that. All right, I love y'all. Have a good night. Felonies, if you know what I mean.
We're making melodies, not catching felonies.
That's what we're doing around here. Okay, that's it.
And we're also protecting nasty ass, creepy old men that like to sexually harass grown men. Yeah, we're doing that too. Don't get confused, Ashley. You fucking Gretchen. Oh, Gretchen ass bitch. You're not even a Katie. You're not even a Katie. You're a Gretchen. You're a Gretchen.
Melodies.
There ain't no melodies in the room with your non-singing ass. You and under the bridge, Sheila singing and shit.
Just a thought.
Just a thought that you can't sing. Just a thought that maybe you need more vocal lessons, bitch. You worse than Jennifer Lopez. The delusion is admirable. Oh, melodies from hell looking ass. I can't sing, but I can't suck dick. Oh. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. Cause I like old rich men to hold me close. Oh, hallelujah. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here.
So today is a bit of an interesting day for me.
Give head. Give head. Da-da-da-da-da, come on, me. Jizz all on me. Da-da-da-da-da, come on, me. Give head. Give head.
Me, last week while I was in New York and I was actually coming home on the train, my mom informed me that my father had passed away. And if you saw, I believe it was season 5 of the show. I believe it was season 5. I tried to meet my dad. I've never met him, never spoken a word to him. We've had no conversation. And he's closed the door in my face. And today was his funeral. And I contemplated going almost to have my own sense of closure. But I've been traveling so much and I really wanted to be with my own kids this weekend. And my rationale was, why would I want to take away time from my own kids for someone who never made time for me? So today is a bit of an interest. I found out that I have siblings and all of the things that I had no idea about my father, I learned about in his obituary. I learned he liked to garden. He taught himself how to play guitar. He was an avid fisherman.
Everything but a good father. Everything but a good father, girl. Everything but a good father.
Learning to close a door. A door that was never opened, but also will never be opened. I think I've always held out some sort of hope that maybe, like, apparently my dad was in hospice, maybe prior to him passing, he would have this sudden wave of conscience, to be like, oh, let me at least, like, make amends. Or
you're black. He does not care. She not black, but she black. He do not care.
Say something to my daughter, but nothing like that, you know. And it's just so weird. I really can't understand how any human being doesn't want to love their children or can't love a child. But it is what it is, and life will certainly go on. All right, have a great evening, babes. Earning.
I hate when she says babes. I so hate it. It's like so condescending. I hate it. Oh my God, why does Mona and Ashley look alike? So then you must follow me on Instagram and TikTok. You must. You simply must. Because then this happened. Girl, Katie said, Ashley and I love each other. There is no beef, but she has no couth. I got to throw a flag. My magical vagina that she told details about, she told Andy Cohen I have a hamster pussy on national TV. Girl, I don't know what a hamster pussy is. She ate it, so I guess she would know. She is just a hater. We love you, Wendy. Give head. Give head. Come alive, babe. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Go down on me. Melodies from hell. Rain. She ate it. So I know y'all hate me because I'm always telling y'all that people gay. But this is just further further evidence, if you will. Further evidence that maybe it's a tad bit gay. Just a tad. A scotch. A smidge. Just sprinkled all over the place. Bitch, speaking of people I think gay. Because we were talking about this, right? Have y'all seen Hunting Wives? And I always feel like I have to give y'all the example by using white people. And then I can bring it to black people. Like that always helps y'all see what I'm seeing in my head, right? So when we talk about DL, like I think angry, bitter black women that seem like just, really nasty disposition. They seem upset for no reason, just in general. Like for no reason, bitch got an attitude. You ask how she doing. How you doing? Okay, bitch, wait a minute. Okay? You ever work with a bitch? You took special interest in disliking you and having little slick shit to say, being antagonizing. Let's say you like the guy. She like him too. Now she flirting with him. She giving low-key obsessed with you. You don't know why. Why you're so obsessed with me? Bow. It's because she wants to fuck you. It's because she wants to fuck you. And she don't know what to do with that energy. She hasn't even really been able to explore what that might be. All she knows is she feels something that annoys her about you. You haven't done anything to her. There's been no real interaction for all of that. But essentially, she wants to fuck you and she's angry that she wants to fuck you. So she bullies you. I can't tell y'all how many times straight women have formed friendships with me and then started being mean to me because they want to fuck me. So, because we were just talking about this, this spectrum that people live on and how people can be so suppressed, I like to bring forth some evidence, okay, through sociology. Remy Ma is one of the examples of women that I feel like are unnecessarily violent and aggressive. Male-centered. She acts like a nigga to the point that we all should be questioning. Bitch, didn't you have girlfriends in prison? I think she did. And I think we live in a world where these women have to live by a certain set of rules. And those rules include don't be gay. Yes, from time to time, do gay shit, but do not proclaim the identity of queerness or gayness. You too hood for that, bitch. What will the niggas think? My God. If a man doesn't think he can fuck me, how will he ever be nice to me? That's what I think be going on in a lot of women's heads, right? Remy is one of those women for me at this point. Because why do you keep getting with these weird ass, Low-key weak niggas. Why you keep getting with these weak niggas? And then we find out that you unnecessarily bullying bitches. Now, you may not have met some of these women, but surprise, surprise, a lot of them live in Atlanta. But I just wanted to play this for y'all. And I think I have another story that's along these lines. But this lady right here is Gloria Velez. Gloria Velez has been running her teeth over there to Vlad. She is a former video model, video vixen back in the day. She was that girl, former Nas girlfriend. Okay. This is a woman that is a quintessential Latina drug dealer girlfriend in hip hop. Okay. Think of your Erica Menas. Think of your Evelyn Lozadas, but Evelyn Lozada went sports instead of entertainment. She went entertainment, right? So I just want y'all to hear this story because it just the visual of woman that I be talking about. I just want y'all to catch it a little bit because, and I say that because the hoodness that a woman like Remy Ma carries, like this male-centered aggressiveness, I'll shoot you. Think about the hunting wives, white conservative women that are kitty clicking behind the scenes, but essentially they have husbands, they are with men, and they might peg some of them. Don't worry about it. But I'm just saying, I just want to draw the correlation. That's all. That what, a lot of times what's happening with the white people is happening with the black people, just in a tad bit different way.
I always have been a bully. So a lot of girls were afraid of her. So when she told them to do things or say this or flirt with their man, like she was very aggressive. She has aggressive nature. And she tried to do that shit with me, and that's not going to pop off, And at the time, I had my boyfriend. He didn't go to jail yet. That's when I initially met Remy. And she would just, try to throw her chest out to me, Like I would laugh it off. So we're doing a birthday party. It was Christmas. My man at the time, his birthday's 12/12. Elle's birthday's 12/12. So it was a big birthday party bash. Joe Budden's performing. She's performing. There's a lot of people performing. And she was there, kept looking at me, and she just flashed her little pistol and kept, swaying it. I'm just like, that's not me, right? Like me? And then one of my boys, my man's boys, just grabbed the gun. So if you're going to pull it out, you better use it. And he took it from her.
Oh.
Yeah. So we went on our ways. When we were in situations, when we saw her and we crossed paths, she said nothing, but I had my boys. Now, when my man went to jail, I guess people thought I was an easy target in the industry. So people tried to start to Armstrong me. Things were coming from different angles and trying to take over my career. Then she started going on the radio threatening me.
This type of energy towards a woman, this type of energy towards another woman that has not stolen money from you. I wouldn't even say fuck your man because these niggas is for everybody. But a woman that has not hit your mama or stole your money, this amount of attention towards a woman is, I want to fuck you. And I don't know how to deal with that. So I'm going to act like a boy that has a crush on a girl. Like, I'm going to abuse you to show you that I like you.
So even Aaron went on the radio threatening me to take my child. So I was being attacked from every angle after my man went to jail.
No, bitches do not know how to flirt, money.
She confronted me at Victoria's Secrets. I had a drink in my hand. She didn't want to fight. We were just arguing. Security came. My boy.
Oh, you ain't want to fight. You ain't want to fight. But you showing a blicky like it's a dick. Like
came and confronted. She had security at the time too. She even had security trying to like belittle me and confront me and try to fight me as well. But one guy from Brooklyn, my boy, stood in the middle, was like, I'll die for her, and they walked away. And then the initial like get down fight was Jadakiss party that I hosted in New York. And she showed up with a bunch of girls in jeans and tank tops, white tank tops, sneakers to jump me.
Of course I have.
That's what their plan was, to jump.
Of course I have a picture of her before. What do you mean? Here you are. Okay. Now this is her because I was trying to see about Aaron Hall. Back in 1994, Aaron Hall, 31, met video vixen Gloria Velez, just 16, at a party. He boldly bragged about taking her upstairs that night, a story he told with pride on Vlad TV years later, 3 days after she tattooed his name down there. And at 17, she had his son. Hall claims he didn't know her age until an airport stop exposed she was underage, but the relationship went on. Fast forward, Velez calls him a deadbeat dad and accuses him of abuse, even allegedly grooming by Hall and Uncle Luke in the 90s. Now in 2025, Hall's missing as lawyers hunt him down for sexual assault lawsuits tied to the 90s, including claims he assaulted another 16-year-old girl. And y'all know they say that he also was involved in an assault with Diddy. And if y'all ever paid attention, Aaron Hall had a specific type of style that I believe niggas used to steal each other's style. I'm gonna just say it like that. And I'm sad about this because I've always like really loved Aaron Hall's voice. So yeah, that is so like it's always so disappointing. Like when you find out who these men really are when you just know them from their music, girl. So yeah, this was her back. Another picture of her back in the day. Her over here with Busy Bone. Okay. So, you know, listen, it's giving a girl what's out here. Okay. But when you tell me, look, her and Joe Budden, when y'all tell me that a 31-year-old man fucked a 16-year-old girl and she was at a party, that tells me that this woman has been being assaulted since childhood, before 16. Right, nigga, flip mode the Imperial. Okay, listen. I guess she used to be with Joe. That's what they look like, huh? And Joe used to go together or something back before, Anyway, so yeah, let's come back here. Just so we're clear on who she is, right? And it looks like she got a book, and I ain't gonna lie, look like she got an interesting fucking read sitting in her lap. Let her continue though.
Me. And I just shot for Playboy at the time. So I had playmates with me. I had some playmates with me.
To be clear, I want to say yes, a lot, because I see this comment, a lot lie about their age as well. Yes, I do agree that girls do lie about their ages to be around grown men. But what I often find is that grown men know that they're looking and talking to little girls, like they know. But if the girl lies, it gives them plausible deniability. That's what I think. And I think if it was actually really important to a man not to fuck a kid, he would check before he entered in any type of sexual relationship with her. But because they don't actually give a fuck, they will allow y'all, and I'm saying y'all because I think, a lot of people really do think that these niggas actually are confused by these girls' age. And I'm like, yeah, no, I don't think so. I think you can look at her at 16 and tell that she was 16. Because even in a picture with her with that baby, she looked really young.
I wasn't thinking I was going to fight or anything. I'm hosting a gig. But I had my DC boys with me. So at that time, I was going through a lot of shit. DAs following me, literally, thinking I'm going to lead them somewhere. I was still under their radar, under their nose. So my boyfriend in jail had people protecting me, making sure that nothing was happening to me. You know what I mean? Like, I was a target in the streets. Let's just put it that way. And I explained detail how I was a target and what information they were trying to get out of me in the streets. And, so Remy pulled up with a bunch of girls. We started arguing and back and forth. At the time I had a road manager. I had a few road managers. He used to work with Terror Squad. James Farrell. So he's trying to like calm the situation, be in the middle, and we're bickering back and forth. My boy's over here. She had her girls there. And she just kept throwing, which is back and forth. Nothing's going to pop off yet. And then she said, I know where your son goes to school. And my son just was going to first grade in a private school in Coral Springs. And I'm like, I just was stunned that just, just put me in my place. And then she said the address of where he went to school. They're so red. That's it. You're threatening my child now. And that's when I threw the punch. And I started wailing on her. I just saw red. I was like, that's it. Okay, it's on. It's on now, bitch. So I really started wailing on her, fucking her up. And then her girlfriend started hitting my girlfriends.
Oh, the Playboy models?
Yes, like beating them up. And then one of the...
I'm sorry to laugh, but it's a little funny, though.
It's not.
And then,
these girls did not sign up for this.
No, and they never talked to me after that. They never talked to me. They're like, this ghetto bitch, We're never hanging out with her again. I felt so bad. I kept apologizing. And one girl that was with me was Elle's cousin, okay? She used to road manage Remy. Okay, so there was a little thing there. Remy had a lot of little boys that she used to date. You know, Remy had a lot of little runners that sell weed at the time, and
she purposefully picks like these and I'm saying submissive because I mean, like, there is a I'm higher than you, bow down to me thing that's happening. And I think a lot of times those women want to be with men that they can control, right? They want to be with men that they can control, but it's like they want to be the man. And I think that that is also like an extension of, and I mean, they want to be the man in a toxic way. Like they want to be able to treat people disrespectfully and have their rank be the only thing that matters, like a hierarchical thing. Remy makes me think like that, because some of the things that Remy has said, y'all, like Remy is one of the most male identified aggressive pick-me women I've ever seen. Like, I'm so glad she no longer has a podcast that we can hear her say ignorant shit on.
So anyways,
I'm just saying,
Elle's cousin was dating one of her shorties. And when I went to go pick her up I think it was in Brooklyn or the Bronx in the projects. She was getting her hair done. The guy was getting her hair done, but that was one of Remy's shorties. So I go up because she's not ready and I'm sitting there. So, you know, people from the Bronx or whatever, Brooklyn, and the project Glow is here and I'm taking pictures with everybody. So when Remy comes later that day, they're like, Glow's here. She's thinking I'm sleeping with her shorty. But no, that's Elle's cousin sleeping with just shorty getting her hair done. But I'm not one to tell or rat. That's not my thing, you know, but they let her believe that I was the one, you know, so it infuriated her, you know, but did she find out later it was Elle's cousin because they kicked her ass and they stole her passport and shit that day. They beat her. She was with me. So they're beating her up too, taking her passport, and Elle's right there. And that's her cousin. She's there like watching the whole thing. And she was like my sister. Like I did anything for her. I bought her tires whenever she needed money. I slept in her house. I met her family. I ate with them. I broke bread with her and they turned on me, you know? So I'm getting the best of her. The bouncers wanted to break us up. So they broke us up. She goes outside. She calls Joe, Fat Joe, and is like, oh, I got jumped. That's what she said initially. So they started talking. And then my boy James, he used to be part of the terrorist.
Yes, Remy is who Nikki thinks she is. Yes, that's what it's always given.
So I was like, that didn't happen.
Right, because I think Cuban Link was there when it happened.
I don't remember him being there.
Okay.
Yeah.
He talked about.
Yeah. But he knows people who were there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He wasn't initially there. I mean, the game was there. There was a lot of people there. And so Joe was upset. She's wearing all her jewelry, right? She's wearing all her jewelry. So Joe knew the person who threw the party, like the promoter. So he said, let her back in and let her fight again. And they did. They did.
And you guys fought again.
Yeah. So when she's walking in, I'm fighting. You remember Sunny from Hot 97? Now she's like a chef.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, she's like in a cooking show. She jumps me and I'm fighting her now. I'm ripping her wig off. I'm in motion. You know what I mean? And Remy comes and my boy's like, Remy's back. Like, what you gonna do? And I was like, all right, we just started going at it. And I whip her. I rip her jewelry off. I start stomping her with my boots because I had high heel boots on it because it's cold. You know, it's wintertime. And then this time they let us last the fight and I got it in. I was furious, but then I already was warmed up. And they brought us apart. She lost all her jewelry. And then that's when, you know, I started getting phone calls. I need to pay for the jewelry. And then the men started being involved because they said, I need to pay for the jewelry. It's not going to happen. Who fights with fucking jewelry on? And then you're coming to fight, to jump. And then later I got, initially as an older age, Sunny reached out to me as an adult and she apologized. That the whole setup was to jump me. She confirmed, and I read it in my book in detail of what she said, what happened and what down prior for them walking into the club, you know, and she's sorry. They even yelled at Lazy K because she didn't jump in. She didn't want to. And they were like, Remy wanted to beat her up because she didn't help. She's such a fighter. She's a gangster. She was mad that another girl didn't help, you know, join in the fight, you know? So yeah. And then a couple of months later, she goes to jail for shooting someone. Karma. Always have been a bully. So a lot of girls were.
So yeah. And I just want to play it just for the sake of, you know, this is Remy's response. But hold up. It's not going to let me. Come on, bro. Some bullshit. Hold on. Let me see. And I'm not saying, you know, it's necessarily true or not, But I do believe this amount of effort to fight another woman over what exactly? I think a nigga would be an excuse. I think it would be an excuse. I'm trying to pull up what Remy said, but it's not letting me play it for whatever reason. Hold up. Let me see if I can find it on TikTok, since Instagram is acting stupid, because I had it right there, but it doesn't want to play. Hold up. Remy Bond. What's this bitch name? Gloria. 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 Things ain't been the same. Damn. But and this is another thing, y'all. This shit right here, this video right here of Remy outside the courthouse, her son killed this man, and she got into it with the man's daughter outside the courthouse. This shit right here is what let me know that whatever that lady said you did, you probably did. Let me see. Hold up. I don't know. Oh, damn. That clip that I saw Remy on that site, I like I can't find it here. But Instagram is not letting me play it, and that's so whack. Let me try one more thing. Respond. This one. Hold on. Nope. Just all of the clips. Well, that's annoying. All right. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. Like the video as I figure out this technical difficulty that is not my fault. Okay, I'm gonna save it, and I'm all right. What is that rattling I'm hearing? Are y'all hearing that? I don't know if that's yeah, something's rattling. Something's shaking, rattling, and rolling in here. Okay. No, the sound isn't even on it on my phone. And I guess it's from 2021. But yeah, no, it won't even hold up. Hold up, y'all. Yeah, I could hear it. I don't know what that is. I don't know what the fuck that is. That's aggravating too. Cause y'all know I be trying to have a pristine show, girl. They will not let me be great. I don't believe Gloria either. I don't believe she was beating everybody ass the way she makes it seem, for sure. Yeah, see this video, y'all? I can't, it won't let me, the sound won't play. But yeah, I don't, give me 1 second. My point in bringing this story up is this specific, like once I saw this story, it clicked. I was just like, Remy is another one of them. Yeah, I'm still hearing it. I'm still hearing it. Hello. Yeah, no, that's better. Great. Okay, got it. We fixed it. We fixed it. Hello. Yeah, I feel like it sounds better now. Okay. Yeah, that's better. You know, sometimes you got to unplug it and plug it back in. You know, sometimes you got to pull it out and then put it back in. All right. So, oh, sorry. But yeah, no, I kind of hear it coming back a little bit. I might need a new wire. But I was really hoping that I could play the response. But Gloria said this once everything came out. I guess people, were saying shit. She said it's sad how often women are taught to compete instead of connect. Jealousy, intimidation, and ego have destroyed more sisterhoods than the industry ever did. Back then, we were in our 20s, reactive and surviving an environment that thrived on rivalry. But now in our 40s, it's about evolution, healing, and growth. I wrote about this moment in my book because it was a part of my truth, not my definition. It's a piece of the journey, lessons learned, bridges burned, and peace rebuilt. If you want the full story, it's all in my memoir, When Silence Screamed, The Girl Who Knew Too Much. Audiobook dropping soon. I will be here for that. Much love to Sunny Anderson. What an incredible woman she's become. The way she carries herself with grace, wisdom, and purpose is beautiful. I'm proud of her growth, and I pray everyone involved in that moment has found some clarity, success, and peace, because at the end of the day, the fight was never with me. It was within themselves. Real queens fix each other's crowns, not throw punches. And let's be very fucking clear. Gloria is absolutely right. She has every right to write about her story in her book and capitalize off of the life that she lived. And I think that we can all admit that there has not been a lot of growth with Remy Ma. There has not been a lot of growth with Remy Ma. And that's just on God as far as I'm concerned. Another situation, okay. Because listen, this is what my story is. The stories are today. I picked them, but I didn't put the shit on the blog. Okay. I picked the stories. I did. Salt and Pepper. Now, y'all, the queer girls out there, you know that there are certain women in our community that some of us view as gay icons, even though they're not gay. Salt and Pepper have always kind of been in that vein to me a little bit, especially Salt. I don't know what it is. And then also, whenever people who have had some type of secular success in life go hyper overly religious at some point, I do recognize it as a response to being involved in a very like evil and demonic space like the entertainment industry. But I also feel like it's because people be fighting demons within themselves that they kind of go head deep into religion and shit like that. It's because they feel shame or guilt about a part of themselves. And they feel like if they just drench themselves in the blood of Jesus, it will wipe whatever that feeling is that's deep down. It'll wipe it away. Okay? Guilt and shame. Key influences on Christianity, girl, on religion, period. Abrahamic religions, shame and guilt are, some of your quintessential markers of the religion, girl. So I know that people make AI videos on YouTube and make up bullshit, but don't y'all think that there are certain people where you just don't expect them to be responding to bullshit on the internet, because who has time to be always responding to bullshit on the internet? Unless it's something that you actually have some type of fear about, right? I know people don't believe me when I say this, but I don't give a fuck, because how I feel. How I feel is when you have to prove you're straight to somebody, it's because in your mind, you don't feel as straight as you want everybody to think you are. So you need to overly explain that you are straight, or the people around you are straight, because in your mind, one of the worst things a person can think you are is gay. And if you think one of the worst things in the world that a person can think you are is gay, it makes me feel like somewhere in there's a fear that you might be. Because why the fuck would you be scared or caring about something that you know is not true? And then another thing is that motherfuckers can't really prove. So what are you talking about? Like, why are we even arguing? Like, for instance, whenever you hear old ass niggas saying pause, Dame Dash is 100 years old. His teeth aren't even in his mouth anymore. Dame Dash is 100 years old. At what point in life does one become so solidified in who they are, they don't feel the need to express or explain something like their sexuality to other people or to strangers? I feel like when you get to a certain level of adulthood, I don't have to explain anything to any fucking body. And even if I wasn't gay, if I was, what the fuck are you gonna do about it? Because I'm a grown-ass man. What are you gonna do, bitch? That would be my mindset if I wasn't gay. That even if I was, what the fuck are you gonna do about it, money? Because I'm an adult now and I pay my own bills. And at the end of the day, you're not gonna whip my ass. I'm gonna shoot you or call the cops. Pick one. It's not gonna go well, but you're not gonna fight me over it, money. So when grown adult people feel the need to express to other adult people that they're straight or that their husband is straight, it makes me feel like you're taking an extra step that you didn't need to take because it is something you are scared of seeing. It's something you're scared of dealing with. I'm just saying, you guys. I'm just saying.
Media is the wild, wild west. Now with this AI stuff, I'm like, is this real? Is that real? Like, you got to question everything at this point and use our brains. Media is the wild, wild west. Now with this AI stuff, I'm like, is this real? Is that real? Like, you got to question everything at this point. Hey, y'all, just wanted to share a little something with you guys. There's some stuff on YouTube about my ex, basically saying that I have come out and said that he's bisexual, or I caught him with a guy or something like that. Not true. Total lie. Old face lie. There's no truth to it at all. My ex-husband, who I spoke to and let him know that I would be doing this video on his behalf, is a straight man. And
Listen. I know you guys barely know me anymore. Okay? But I heard something on the deep recesses of the internet. The video had 28 views. It's way too many people to think such a thing. And I just wanted to let everyone know, yes, me and my ex-husband are no longer together. No, it didn't work out. But I have to come here and let you know that he is straight. He is straight. No one wants to be gay. He's straight. He must be. He is straight. He is straight. I am straight. We are straight. Everyone is straight. Everyone is heterosexual. None of that blasphemous gay shit around here. It feels like you might possibly be pushing this man back into the closet or some shit like that. This man might be somewhere living his best fucking life, minding his business, and somebody saw him out somewhere with a nigga. And now she's like, it's a complete and utter lie. It's all lies. It's all lies. I'm straight. He's straight. We're straight. Everybody's straight.
it's not fair that people can just say anything about anybody on the internet, and we have to be able to recognize clickbait, and do real research.
Because I can research if your husband's ever had a dick in his mouth. I can research that, girl. Like, I can pull open the internet, girl. And the internet is going to tell me if your husband has ever sucked a dick or not. Like, please be so fucking for real, y'all. A person can say anything. That's why it doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter what your husband is, girl, your ex-husband, girl, it don't matter. It shouldn't matter to you. And it doesn't matter. Why are you defending? Like, y'all, I'm sorry. I have no other way of computing this information than I am homophobic, and I don't want anybody ever to think that I might kitty click, even though I might secretly have always wanted to kitty click. It's definitely giving Pam from Total.
So nothing of the sort. And I just want to clear his name because that's not.
Because you need to clear your name from being gay. Because my God, I need to clear my name. Okay. Can you imagine what will happen to me a grown man, if somebody thinks that I'm gay, other grown men might make fun of me. I don't know what I'll do if grown men start to make fun of me. I know that I'm like 60 years old. I know I should be done caring about what other people care about, what they feel about me. I know, but I just can't, bitch. I'm still in high school.
Fair, and we should just stop believing everything we hear, because
I hate to even have to address this rumor. I thought it would begin to die out, but it's just spreading. And it's about my ex. And it's not fair. But it's an absolute fabricated lie. Clickbait at its finest. We have to be discerning in this weird time we're living in, where you can just say people are gay. My God. My God, I've never had such a thing. Just saying people are gay. Who wants to be gay? It's gross. It's gross. Of course I love lesbian porn, but it's still gross. Child. Probably sucks a mean one. Tonight, listen. That man looked like he might. Okay? Used to call him Jawbone. Listen. As a bisexual person, you could think I fucked a man. You could think I fucked a woman. Just don't ever think I fuck no animals or no kids. That's the only thing that I find deplorable. If you're not questioning that, then we don't have anything to talk about. That's you, Bondi. Everybody don't want people to think that about them. Yeah, bitch, grow up. Who cares? You're an adult. Grow up. The fuck? Old 1995 head assholes. That's how I feel about you. Y'all are some real 1995 head assholes. Speaking of other 1995 head assholes, child, Trina Braxton.
For real, 100%. Forget what Ice Republic says, for real. Okay, I'm going to say this. I cannot negate anyone's feelings in any way, shape, or form. Right. And I will say this. I think that you can never put a time limit on someone's feelings, their emotions, or even.
Okay, so listen, let me tell y'all something. I do not know this man. I don't know what type of man he is. I'm not going to presume to know what type of man would be married to a Braxton woman. But what I will say is, the nigga looks damn near dead. Where is the blood? Where is the blood? Is there blood in there? Trina, look at your husband. Is there blood in there?
Their version of what the truth may be to them. But I do wish that the people that were spoken about were able to
speaking about. Open up your mouth when you talk.
Tell their own version of their story, of their truth.
Their version, their story, of their truth. Girl, he's dead. He's dead, honey. Honey, he's dead. Do you want to tell his side? Tell his side. Trina, tell his side, Trina. No, if you know his side, if you feel like his side is different from Ashley's side, then tell his side, Trina. Do it. Say what you think that lying ass nigga would have said. Please tell us.
Because they're no longer with us.
Yeah, because they're dead.
And that's not always fair.
That's not always fair. Because it's fair to have your uncle try to fuck you. That's fair, though. That's fair. And then asking someone to stay quiet about it. And I'm going to tell you, I absolutely fucking believe it. I absolutely do. Yes, there's always a minuscule amount that somebody could be lying. But the way y'all are grooming the overall general public to be okay with y'all fucking kids, how old is 15 really? Yeah. I am more inclined to believe the children when they grow up and they say, my uncle tried to fuck me. I'm inclined to believe it based on the stats of women I know who have had some uncle try to fuck them.
It's not always fair.
I feel like my uncles was unnecessarily mean because they wanted to make sure nobody thought they wanted to fuck their nieces and their nephews. Like they wanted to make sure I don't even want you to think I fucking like you. Yeah. How you doing? Get away from me. Yeah, how you doing, baby? All right. Okay. Yeah. Go over there. Uncles couldn't stand us. Okay. Oh, you look like you gained weight. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They did not want anybody to think they liked any of the kids. Okay. For this exact reason. Because everybody knows uncles like to fuck their family members.
And people have to talk about things when they're ready to talk about them. And yes, you guys are loud, Caleb.
You're loud as hell out there.
But I can't keep it for real. Disregard anybody's feelings. I said what I said.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's entitled, and
T-Can, I'm a Braxton follower, period. They shouldn't watch y'all if they want to hate or be negative. Well, you know what? But even in that vein, people have a right to their opinion.
Sometimes people watch just so they can.
The Braxtons. Trina, shit, I don't give a fuck that Gabe ain't here to tell his side of the story. That would have been a slam dunk for you to blame him and mend your family, but she protecting a dead Gabe says a lot about her. Guess Ashley was telling the truth after all. Trina is trash. Child, Ashley said her family, including her father, distanced themselves after she spoke out, leaving her feeling disowned for telling her truth. The context has fueled even more outrage toward Trina, with many accusing her of protecting the wrong person and defending the dead instead of the victim. Supporters of Trina, meanwhile, argued that she was simply calling for privacy out of respect for the deceased. Fuck respect for dead motherfuckers that have done terrible things in life. Cut it out. It's fake and it's empty. It means nothing. But she protecting a dead Gabe says a lot about her, don't it? Number one, why is the new husband a part of this conversation? Because she can't do shit without him. Number two, how can you defend a girl? They do it all over the place every day, bitch. This is why Tamar always gets hate, because she don't give a damn about telling them about themselves. That's not the only reason. That bitch is exhausting. You know what I think happens? I think that the trauma response to a young girl witnessing or being abused, what happens is when they say what happened to them and everybody tells them to be quiet and reprimands them and says that they're lying, I think what that then creates inside that person is a girl who cried wolf effect, right? To where because you didn't believe me when it was most important, I'm going to drag every time I want to. Every time I can get some sympathy or empathy out of a situation, every time I can emotionally manipulate somebody and get them to emotionally respond to my perceived pain, I'm going to do it. Because at the very beginning, when I was hurt and when I was abused or when I was sexually assaulted or when I was beat on or I witnessed somebody being beat on, whatever it was, when I said that something happened, the adults around me said that it didn't. They asked me for my silence and they helped the adult who abused me continue to get away with it. And so I am so pissed off and resentful of them that I act out. The slightest uncomfortable feeling that they cause me, I blow out of proportion. Because you are going to give me the energy you refused to give me at the moment that I needed it most. That's what I think be happening a lot of the time. And people get stuck in these like very cyclical ways of being that they can't see the forest for the trees. The analogy is Groundhog's Day, right? The analogy is you get caught in the same day over and over again. But it's the same thing as when a person is in a cycle that has been caused from trauma. It's like you get thrown into like this over and over and over again until you figure it out. until you figure it out, until you can deconstruct it and see why, what, where, who, when, whatever, you will continue to repeat it. The problem I find recently is that people do find the crux of whatever their trauma is, but they don't know how to move forward out of that. The cycle then becomes, something happened to me. I can use it to get what I want from people. And I feel like I deserve to be able to manipulate people, because when something actually happened to me, nobody helped me. So now I feel like whenever I want to manipulate somebody, I will. And that's why people don't want to let go of some of their trauma, because they can use it to their benefit. And they've kind of created this thing in their minds where they feel like, because you hurt me, I can rightfully act this way. And I think that's what Tamar be doing a lot of the times. I've said it for the longest, she acts like somebody who is resentful that y'all allowed abuse to happen to her. But yeah, damn, y'all, who, I don't know if you're talking about the comments or me when you say y'all. I'm assuming you're talking about the comments, because I don't hate her. I mean, in all honesty, I feel like what I just said shows a lot of empathy for who she is, because like, I'm not saying she's just an ain't shit person. No, I'm saying that this is a trauma response that she can't seem to get herself out of. And that's because it gives her a reason to be to act a fool. Not me. Okay, I knew. I was just making sure. Because I ain't reading none of the other comments, girl. So that was fucked up. Family drama, reality shows, continuing in that theme. If y'all follow me on social media, y'all know I talked about this viral clip this week. Y'all follow me on TikTok? Follow me, because I'm a red hot pimp. Like, okay. Y'all, I need for y'all to understand that as much as y'all think homosexuality is bad, it's not as bad as you sexually assaulting your children. And I want you to understand that sexual assault is indeed orchestrating sexual situations for your underage children. Okay? Strippers, prostitutes, forcing sexual situations onto children before they themselves decide they are ready for that is, in fact, sexual assault. So I need for you to be very clear, everybody out there. I need you to be very, very fucking clear. If you think that sexually assaulting your child is a better option than allowing them to be gay, if that is the situation, you might want to check yourself. You may be a pedo. And you're trying to find a way to rationalize what you're doing. And homophobia gives you a scapegoat so that you can groom your child to have romantic relationships with grown adult people. I want you to be clear. You think you're trying to save them from gayness. I think you're a pedo and you want a way to feel justified in doing something that is in fact sexual assault of your child. I just want y'all to be clear on what actually is happening. Because in the moment, the sexual experience, you do not want your mom or your dad in the room for that. You don't want to feel like they're standing there watching you, waiting for your little pecker to get hard because a grown-ass woman is shaking her ass in front of you. And then when you think about how Mama D has an incestuous relationship with her son, she often references and talks about him in sexual situations with other people. The last episode of Love and Hip Hop, where she put that shit out there on the table about 24 hours and his wife. Y'all remember that? Right before that, she told his girlfriend to put her pussy in his mouth or something. It was something along those lines. Eat a taco or you know, put some pussy in his mouth. It was something along, but it was something sexual. Let's not even get into how often she likes to act like she's uncomfortable with talking about him having a baby and a threesome, but she kept talking about it. Let's not talk about how after he decides he doesn't want to be with the girl anymore, she decides to set her sights on the woman. Do y'all remember Mama D picking up Shay? What was that? Season 1 or 2? Season 2, episode 1. You go pick up Shay. Hey, sexy thing, get in my ride. I'm gonna let Mama D talk on her own, but I have to like preface this shit. I want y'all to be clear about what y'all are doing.
But you enjoyed it.
But you enjoyed it. Do you know how sick that is? And the reason why I say that is because we all know a part of the reason why victims of sexual assault feel a lot of shame and guilt is because their bodies will have a reaction that doesn't coincide with their mind and what they actually wanted to happen. And it feels like a betrayal for your body to be sexually responding to something that your mind is not actively into. It makes you feel uncomfortable. It's because it's not aligned. Sexual experiences at most need to be alignment, meaning that your mind and your body need to both be in tandem about what you're about to do and how it's about to go.
Service for free. For free. That free
The perks of it.
Y'all look at Scrappy. And I've always kind of understood Scrappy on a level. That's why I get so aggravated with him. He disappoints me to such a large degree, because there was a moment where like I feel like we were all rooting for you, Scrappy. Like we were rooting for him to be better. And he has just regressed so much. And he's in therapy now, but I don't know if that's going to help him at this point, because he does have this angst and this anger towards women. He feels like he's in competition with women. And I blame Mama D for it. Y'all, he looks seriously bothered. And I think all the women that love him, Bam, Erica, all of the girls that will keep kind of circling back to him, this is the reason why. Because, and that's why I hate that he does that shit to Bam, because I don't care what none of y'all are talking about. A lot of y'all, oh, Bam got a bad attitude, Bam this, Bam that. Man, fuck all that. When it comes to Bam's relationship with this man, Bam moves from a place of her heart when it comes to him, to the point that I feel like she's allowed him to get away with shit that she should not allow him to get away with. There have been times that Bam has handled Scrappy with kid gloves that I feel like he did not deserve, and Erica same. And I feel like it's because both of them have had these conversations about the shit that Scrappy went through as a child. And I think at different times, Erica and Bambi have wanted to beat Mama D's ass when they were in relationships with Scrappy and after, because they know, especially because like when you become a mother and you realize how you protect your child, when you recognize what a parent has put a child through, and especially when they're an adult now and you love them and you know that there are things that they are incapable of, there are things that they are struggling with as an adult, you have a first row seat to how the parenting fucked this would-be beautiful human being up. You ruin people with your homophobia. Y'all ruin people with your ignorance. You ruin people. Ruin them with what you don't understand and what you don't know.
For your birthday. And I tell the truth.
What's she doing? I think I was 14 or something like that. And she, so I had a full blown party, and we in the hood, like full blown. Everybody came because they, we popular in the hood,
And then I had the
so
hoes.
look, she had the whole.
And
So hold on, Mo.
Okay, go ahead. You tell.
Man, Mama said, "Hey, come on, let's get it started."
Blew the whistle.
Boom.
Put the girls out. How about they went and got their parents?
Yeah.
Honestly, I wish one of them girls' parents would have said, "Deborah, come outside." and would have started taking shit off. That was me, Drew. Like for real. I really feel like there always has to be the parent that's why I tell a lot of the girls your anger is righteous. It's just when you need to use it. The girls that have a hard time with their anger issues, y'all just have to learn how to alchemize that energy and put it where it's supposed to be. Okay? Because I feel like the girls that carry a lot of anger and like you need to become a warrior for something, because that's what that energy I think is supposed to be for. Because there should have been some warrior mama out there that told Deborah to walk her ass outside and beat the brakes off of Deborah. No, seriously. I feel like somebody's mama should have called Deborah outside and said, Deborah, I know you think what you're doing is right, but I'm about to beat your ass. Because the truth of the matter is you are assaulting your child. You are grooming and fucking up all of these children in here. You are having a lifelong negative effect on not just your kid, but all of our kids right now by kicking our daughters, our of age, same age as the boys, our daughters out of this party so you can have grown women come and sexually assault boys. I'm about to beat your ass. Come outside. No, for real. Deborah, because you got to call a bitch her name so she'll know that you don't have any pedestal around here. There's no pedestal around here, Deborah. Mama D my fucking ass. A part of the reason why women like Deborah decide to coin themselves names like Mama D and all of that is because you want the image of a mother without having to actually have the energy of one. And the energy of a mother is to protect children. That's not protection. You assaulted your son and the other sons that was in the room. I wish somebody's mama would have beat the fuck out of Deborah that day.
Cause we had
the little girl.
My mama had,
No, the young teenage girl.
My mama had strippers in there.
Right. Yeah.
For my 14th birthday.
Got rid of the school girls and brought the real ladies in. The grown women.
The grown women. And everybody came back. Everybody came back to the door. All the mamas came back. Like,
they gonna come get me. I stood my ground 10 toes down.
She was like, this is my house though.
This is my house. We're going to my house. Going to my house.
Nick Cannon, you're a fucking clown. You're a clown.
Son in here that don't need to be in here, please take him out.
Please call him out. But we need to get up out of here.
Well, yeah, we gonna do.
We doing some things. You know, cause no,
and that's why CPS should have been called, and them children should have been taken away from you. If you don't know how to at least compartmentalize being a pimp from being a mother, which I tell y'all all the time that people can't compartmentalize parts of themselves the way. Like that doesn't happen, okay? But the fact that you didn't even attempt to not be a pimp with your son means that somebody should have took them fucking kids from you. And that's why I don't have the same reverence for that minister daddy, because nigga, you left that boy, you left them children, whoever the daddies are, y'all niggas ain't shit neither, because y'all left them children with Deborah, and Deborah was not equipped.
Look, and then when she left, all the girls came back and we continued the party.
Yeah, and that's how we did.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Hey, for my 14th birthday party.
That's a hell of a party.
I ain't even know that was going.
Party story.
I wasn't even looking. Bro, I wasn't even looking for nothing like that, bro. I was sitting there like the whole time, like strippers. I'm like, cause this is like when I look back,
Chuck E. Cheese.
But look though, bro. I look back at it though. That was traumatizing.
I don't know why, but like I'm starting to get annoyed by people laughing in moments that feel like you're laughing so that you can force levity in a situation that deserves to be heavy.
That was traumatizing.
After therapy.
After therapy.
What did you say?
After therapy, man, that was traumatizing.
Now wait a minute, turn.
I wasn't looking for stuff like that. Meaning he wasn't ready. So understand how after you and he telling his story right here, right? I can only imagine, how did his virginity get broken? If she got strippers for him at 14, I want to know, how did you break your virginity? Because I feel like if she did that for your 14th birthday, I can only imagine. It is rape. because you are taking consent away. You are taking consent away. He will go on in his adulthood, not Little Miss Boosie, Erica, but he will go on in his adulthood to have such a hard time with relationships and how he feels about himself, y'all. Like, as a man, the issues that Scrappy has is because deep down he feels worthless. And that's what happens when you sexually assault children. They grow up feeling worthless. That's where all the defensiveness comes from. Not being listened to, not being heard. Being seen as a child that should just deal with whatever a parent throws at them instead of being listened to. Instead of, like, y'all look at Scrappy. Scrappy was not going, like, I don't even understand. What about him made you think he was going to be gay? Because he might have had, I don't know, a sweetness about him that was actually like a kindness, a niceness. Because the softness that y'all be wanting so bad to fuck and be out of these kids is the softness that we need with men as they become adults, and we need them to be in relationships with us, and we need to be able to emotionally connect to the men that we're fucking and having children with and sharing lives with. Because you so badly think that any amount of emotional softness is gayness and femininity, and you need to beat that out of them, and they become adult men that cannot handle their shit. Because femininity is required in every single person, a man or a woman. Men need a certain level of softness in order to be in close proximity with women. If you don't want men to have any type of softness, then let them go be barbaric in groups of men. And guess what's going to happen? They're going to fuck each other aggressively, and then they're going to start trying to take over other places. That's what that does. Like, when y'all don't want niggas to have any amount of, yes, jail. If niggas were able to get out of jail, they would move about, okay, exacting power over people, you know, like colonizers and shit.
Pussy.
Yeah.
Well, so wait, are you in therapy too?
No, she not. I keep begging her to go to therapy. I keep begging her to go.
Because I think he wants you to work through some of the
some of the
stuff.
All the trauma. Like,
most 14-year-olds is getting bikes or something for their birthday.
No,
you giving this nigga bitches.
Nothing against the LGBT community, but I just wanted him to chase pussy, then told the person. That's all I'm trying to do. That's all I was trying to do. In my defense.
That's called gentle.
In my defense. All hands on. But you enjoyed it.
I am disgusted. And I feel like this black girl, I don't know who this black girl is, but the black girl is the only one that knows that this is not okay. But she doesn't feel supported enough to actually challenge. Because I would have been like, that's fucked up. That's terrible. Like, I would have started ignoring the two of them. I would have started ignoring Nick and all of that fucking laughing. And I would have ignored Mama D and her homophobia with her gay ass. Because Mama D wants to fuck women. That's why you all involved in your son's life. Because you get to fuck women through your son. That. Which is why it is given incestuous and all of that. Because you can't be gay because you're what? Gen X? Yeah, you can't be gay, right? Hood, black, Gen X can't be gay. But I can absolutely fantasize about fucking women through my son. This lady is the only one that really like is getting it in the moment, but I could tell she's too scared to like ruffle feathers. I probably would have turned to Scrappy and said, yeah, fuck all what they doing right now, Scrappy. I'm really sorry that happened to you, son. And I'm sorry that she doesn't understand how fucked up that is, but I genuinely understand how fucked up that is. And I am sorry for that. Anything else that possibly would have happened like that. Because I would just want to acknowledge that that's really, really fucked up. I would have turned to him and stopped talking to everybody else and really acknowledge the fact that that's extremely fucked up. Because a part of the reason why Scrappy has a hard time seeing how unfair he is because that lady don't see how fucked up she was to him. He can't. I feel like when we see the shit with him and Bambi, it's like he can't see how fucked up he's been to Bambi sometimes. He's like, he can't see it. And it's the same thing with Mama D. Mama D refuses to sit in how uncomfortable it is that you have done such detrimental damage. And I really feel like it's because a lot of you hoes was retarded and y'all shouldn't have been like, I'm sorry. Some of you hoes were slow. Some of y'all were slow. Okay? But yeah, so that. And then let's, of course, I saw you in the comments. I saw what you, I got you, baby. Listen, absolutely. We are absolutely going to talk about this. We are absolutely going to talk about this. I need to be able to play it. Hey, nigga. Hey, nigga. Hey, what you doing? Nigga always doing strange shit in here, chewing and like, what are you chewing on? There's nothing in here, just chewing air. He in here chewing air and choking on air. Goddamn French bulldogs, I swear, they stress you out.
Let me say this. I'm graduating.
All right, y'all ready? Y'all ready to get into this very sad situation? And I'm going to tell you right now, y'all know I love Tami. Tami has given me opportunities, okay? I have been a proponent, and a spectator of her growth over the years, but Tami has some very deep-rooted issues, and we know, right? Her need to control everything is, I believe, her main problem. I think it extends to her weight, and I think it extends to her relationship with her husband. I think it extends to her relationship with her children. She has a deep-seated need to control, and I think it came from her mother. And instead of, when we learn these things and we unpack them, instead of growing from them and not becoming the same thing, we then become the very thing that we hated about our parents.
Right? Mm-hmm. Getting my degree, and she can't be in. She can't be there. Do you get what I'm saying? My girlfriend can't be there.
Why?
That's true. Exactly. There's moments that my people have. Thank you. Let's speak about it. If we're going to speak about it, let's speak about it. Be there. And I knew not to even tell. I told her, but she knew. She was like, "Okay, I got a question."
With your other daughter, she's straight, right? Her boyfriend's in the past. She's never been allowed to bring her boyfriends around.
She would be.
And why what's the difference?
Because thank you. I love it. Now we talking. What you did? You leaned in. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
That was fair.
Before I let her say that, I want to express to y'all that when a parent has this type of control over an adult child, that is extremely toxic. And you have in some way infantilized Jazz. Like, you have in some way detrimentally harmed her ability to stand on her own 2 feet by being involved in her life to this degree.
Because there's something called confirmation bias. And when people think like you think or appear to be how you are, you're more drawn to those type of people. So my daughter is a heterosexual female. Confirmation bias allows me to accept whatever situation she's presenting versus not really understanding this moment. And so I got to take a step back and figure out.
I don't think she's using that correctly. I don't think she's using that correctly. Yes. Confirmation bias is when I take in information and I assume the perspective that confirms my bias. Okay? You're trying to find an intellectual way of saying I'm homophobic, so I am more comfortable with my daughter bringing around various young men, even though when I really break it down, it's probably less safe for my daughter to bring around various different men than it is for my daughter to have relationships with various different women because, for the most part, men are the ones that unalive their partners more than women. My daughter's not going to have a pregnancy by a man that's going to use the pregnancy to abuse her. Like there are so many things that are not going to happen because you're not in a relationship with a penis. But you don't care about that. You're homophobic. So you're scared of your daughter being gay.
How it works for me and how I can be comfortable in that moment, because there's something called mental health that we have to be concerned about.
See, there's something called, we don't need you to explain things to us in that way. It makes me feel like you want to seem as if you are smarter. You're trying to find an intellectual way to express homophobia so it doesn't come off as the homophobia that it is, but that it comes off as something that's, intelligent or forward thinking by using certain words.
and I got to be concerned about mine. Even though I'm trying to walk with her and love her, I still got to do what's right for me as well.
Okay, but you're not graduating. She is. So
She's graduating. Okay, so to make sure that you feel the relationship is going to be lasting before you introduce them to me, because I become involved in your situation and your life.
And that's a problem for you. And that's a problem for you, Tami. You shouldn't be so involved. As an adult child, like as your adult child, you don't need to be involved in her relationships like that. You literally need to handle Jazz's relationships with whatever young woman she's in a relationship with. You need to handle that relationship with the same energy that you would give to your daughter Lyric and whatever man she brings into the situation. I heard that Lyric was bisexual, so I thought that was very interesting that we're saying that like Lyric only brings guys home, because I thought that Lyric was bisexual. But okay.
Wait, then I have a question.
Come
so
on,
how
Riley.
long do you want to wait to meet them? Because what if you meet them and you actually don't like them, or you actually do like them? Maybe you could give some wisdom on what you actually think. Because
Send me a picture. I don't need to. I can tell. I can tell because I've been around a long time. I've been around a long time. I've been around a long time. Send me a picture and I'll tell you, get rid of that one. I know instantly. It's called wisdom. It's called discernment.
Yeah, well, my wisdom and discernment is telling me that you are trying to control your adult daughter and you are homophobic, and this is unhealthy. That's what my discernment tells me.
I mean, I think she should be okay for her to come. But
No,
not
she's not gonna.
she shouldn't have to be in a family picture.
Ain't nobody asked you for your opinion on what's happening over here.
and I agree with what Candy said, right? You ain't gotta be in a family photo, or you could be like is it not common practice that when everybody have a little girlfriend, little boyfriend, you take a picture with the core family members and then you take a picture with everybody that's there? That way, if you ever need to just put up the family picture is there. Like, is that not what people just do naturally?
She's not coming. She's not coming.
Okay. And to be honest, the way she's saying she's not coming, it is very, very similar to the way women assume this low-key romantic relationship role with their sons. Yeah, y'all do that with y'all gay daughters too. A lot of homophobic, controlling mothers have relationships with their daughters to where they'll have a whole husband, but they will kind of have emotional enmeshment with their gay daughter the way they would a boyfriend or a romantic partner. And the way she just said she can't come around is very much giving you're jealous. Like, and listen, I'm not saying that anything inappropriate is happening, but I am saying that a lot of people have these very territorial relationships with their children and their children's partners. And if that's how it looks, that's not healthy. It's not healthy for you to look like a jealous partner that doesn't want to be around your child's girlfriend because I just don't want her around because she gonna make me feel uncomfortable. Why would you feel uncomfortable?
I don't care if you feel a certain type of way about it. I just have to make sure what you got me started. I got to make sure that person is going to be around before they start sharing special moments with the family that I'm going to impart into my memory bank. This girl's out here, and then now 6 months later, y'all ain't together, and you don't something done happened that it ain't right. I don't want that. I don't need.
Why not? So what? That's life. That's fucking life. You could be. You know how many people have been married for 20, 30 years and they get a divorce and it's a fucked up divorce? Like, what does that mean? Girl, Kenny dogged you the fuck out and you will always be connected to that man. What difference does it make? That's how life is. People are in your life and then they're not in your life. This whole thing of you feeling like, no, if you're not going to be in a picture forever, you can't be in a picture. That's fucking weird. That's weird. That's weird for y'all to feel like that, y'all.
Be a part of that.
Okay, so at what point?
Agree with you.
Thank you, Riley.
At what point is it gonna be okay for her to meet you?
When is it okay? We got Thanksgiving coming up. She ain't coming to Thanksgiving.
That'll be like a year, right?
No, exactly. That's a year. That's a year for me, pretty much.
Yeah. Like,
so
they got a date.
When we do our New Year's trip,
they got to be engaged.
It's fried turkey for the people that we already knew.
So what's the problem? Because before you said it wasn't really about her lifestyle, it was about the person
and the timing.
In this situation, You're not even
anybody that is making like concessions for the shit that Tami is doing right now. I just want you to be clear, something's wrong with you. I'm just saying, you can feel however you want to feel. You're homophobic, or you're a controlling parent that feels like you should be able to control your adult child. I think that's inappropriate. I think if you feel like you're supposed to be able to control your adult child and who they date and all of that type of shit, I feel like you had children for the wrong reasons. They're not mini-me's. They're not little robots for you to control for the rest of their life. They're adults. They're supposed to be able to make their own decisions, make their own mistakes. They're supposed to be able to have whatever relationships they would like to have, go through heartbreak, have things begin and end and all of that. Like, they're supposed to be able to have that experience for themselves, just as you wanted to have that experience for yourself. Because Tami had a relationship with a woman at some point, which is why her standpoint on this is so fucking annoying and problematic and dark to me. It's very dark for you to be this controlling. It's very dark for you to have had a relationship with a woman at some point and feel this visceral response to your daughter bringing her girlfriend around. I don't give a fuck about, oh, how long. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. We are here today, gone tomorrow. I have known people that I have met and had an experience with them for a shorter amount of time than I have actually loved them. That time is not real in that way. Yes, and Tami has always given lesbian. She gave lesbian on Real World. She gave lesbian on Basketball Wives. And she gives lesbian now. But we know how uncomfortable and homophobic everybody is.
Allow yourself to get to know the person.
No, I will eventually get to know the person once I feel like the relationship is lasting, that they understand what it takes to be in a committed relationship.
Who are you to tell us how long that's going to take? Like, who are you in our relationship? That's what I meant, like, to tell us how long that's going to take.
Listen, if y'all decide or y'all feel y'all come to some place of resolve where
right.
8 months from now, we know right. We're going to be together.
That's what I meant.
Then let me see it last a year and a half, 2 years.
Okay.
Let me see it, evolve into something where I know the commitment and the covenant is real. So between y'all.
My only thing would be, right, and we don't want to harp on this, but do you realize how many moments that you're missing out in my life of someone that I consider special because you're not accepting
the moments that I want to have with you? I'm still having those moments.
And you put me in a position to pick, right? But that's okay.
Well, I'm always choosing. Listen, I'm picking every day. I'm picking every day.
Yeah, these are interesting takes.
Nah, these are interesting takes because Riley over there like, yeah, ain't nobody running my life like that.
What is going on in your brain?
Riley, No. Tami is absolutely up here giving, when I'm with my friends, I'm trying to figure out a way to leave them behind and sticking them back to you. Oh, you're my best kept secret. And that's the way I like it. You're my pride and joy, girl. That's why I'm dreaming of you. I want to kiss you. Yeah. Oh, that I've been thinking, and I've been thinking about you. Yeah. Missing you is all that I've been thinking of. Kissing you is oh.
I mean, my thoughts is, one, I don't believe in coming out. I feel like that's a weird concept anyway, because like, are we all supposed to come out straight too? Like, that doesn't make sense to me.
Okay.
So I don't even feel like that conversation is needed. And like, so I feel like some people like to have that conversation, it makes them feel better. But me, I don't really.
Somebody commented and said, I support Jazz finding a new mother.
I think it's necessary. And two, if she put me in a position to not let myself be happy and to make me choose all the time, it would just make me miserable. So I just let her do it.
She probably is miserable. I don't care. But I want to.
She probably is miserable, but I don't care. When I tell you, it's definitely giving you giving that lady jobs. That's what it's giving. You're getting Jazz jobs. And a way for Jazz to continue to work in entertainment is to continue to let you have your way. But the way I would not, no contact. I would have went no contact with Tami if she was my mama acting like that. I would have went no contact. When I tell you that lady would be blocked on all forms of social media, like I wouldn't block her from my phone, but she would absolutely be somebody that I would have to girl, even right now, I have had to learn, I don't have to answer the phone every time my mama called me. If I don't feel like talking right now because I've been talking all day and you just want to sit on the phone right now and I just don't feel like it, I don't have to answer the phone. I don't. And sometimes I don't. Yeah, I screen the call, girl. Because it's like, do I have the energy for this right now? No. I'll call you back later. And I always call her back. And sometimes I call her just to check on her. And guess what she doing? She on the phone. She somewhere. She don't answer the phone. And because I feel like in my adulthood, I've realized when you feel like you don't want to answer the phone, you don't answer the phone, then you don't get to call me 15 goddamn times because I ain't answer the phone because I was in here fucking my husband and didn't see for 20 minutes that you didn't call my phone and his phone and my other phone.
She is miserable. I don't give a fuck. But I do want to say something.
I love my mama though, y'all.
No, I'm kidding. I'm not miserable. But when there's hard decisions, I always am going to pick her. Always. That's my mom. Yeah. But it does sometimes like, well, you can't come.
And see, no, I don't feel like you should pick your mom. I think you should pick yourself. You need to decenter your mama, girl. You got to decenter your mama. No, you don't. Y'all don't owe y'all parents y'all's life choices. You don't. As an adult, you do not owe your parents your life choices. Listen to me. These motherfuckers are going to die one day. Okay? And you do not want to have lived your life for somebody. And then when they gone, you feel like you haven't built any of the solid foundation you need to live your life on your own. I have lost one parent already. And I promise y'all they're gonna have to drag me off the coffin when the old girl goes, because that's my fucking girl. Okay. But at the end of the day, I will be okay. I am understanding that is going to happen. And I'm preparing myself because I already went through it with I already lost one of them. Okay. But these motherfuckers are gonna die. So you have to do what's best for you. You have to live the life that you want to live. But I'm telling y'all right now, when somebody has been instilling fear in you since you were a child, it is so hard to think outside of that, even as an adult. And I'm going to tell y'all the reason why this was triggering for me is because Tami reminds me of my daddy. She's a mom, so there's a different aspect to it. But the way Tami smokes cigarettes and move fast and bug out her eyes at you, and you don't know when she just going to haul across and hit you, when you grow up with a parent like that, when you grow up with a parent that is easily like angered and then you can't reach them, you really grow up with this fear inside of yourself that makes it so hard to go against them. If they physically abusing you when you were a kid, emotionally abusing you, popping off at the smallest little thing, kind of taking their anger out on you. And y'all, we saw Tami on Basketball Wives, so we know that y'all know what the fuck I'm saying is probably 100% facts. Okay, you know this because we saw her on Basketball Wives. If you are smoking cigarettes and scaring the shit out of grown adult women, you are absolutely sitting there scaring the fuck out of your own kids at the house with nobody else around but you. And that time period when Tami, after the divorce, when Tami was really mad and she was struggling, it is very difficult to not take that type of anger out on your kids, because kids are kids and you're going to be impatient and you're struggling and that nigga cheated on you and you mad about it and you think the kids are not going to get the remnants of that. You could tell the kids get the remnants of that by the way she acting right now. Look at their body language in this clip, y'all. It's paused. Look at their body language. Tami is erect and looking at her like, yeah, you listen, you better tighten up. That's the way she looking at her. And she like, I'm scared to say how I feel, but I low-key kind of want to because Candy here and I feel like I'm not going to get hit. I'm telling you.
Sorry, it sucks. So it sucks so much. I do want to say one thing though. Coming out is the phrase that is used only because there is, unfortunately, a societal norm, right? So nobody has to come out and
say. So you did not have to explain this to Riley. Riley is of what? What is Riley? Generation Z or Generation Alpha? Child, Generation Z. Riley understands exactly what the point is. And what she is dryly saying to you is in 2025, that's stupid. Assume that everybody goes both ways. Like, I'm just saying, the kids that Riley goes to school with, the people that Riley is around, going to school in New York and all of that, the rich white kids that Riley is around, them people understand you need to just assume that everybody is bisexual and everybody might come home with one or the other. And, you know, it is what it, you know, the guys, the girls, I fucked them all. Like, y'all just need to get into the mind frame that those next generations of kids are not going to be hung up on these things the way y'all have been. That's why Riley is saying it like that. So Tami taking this very like authoritative, I'm going to explain something to the child thing. Girl, Riley understands why people come out of the closet. Riley is saying that she doesn't feel that is necessary. And y'all need to just assume that everybody is possibly gay. And stop being fucking surprised and stop needing people to come out because you assume the automatic, you know, reset factory setting is straight. When really, I believe the factory setting is bisexual.
Hey, they're straight because the societal norm is everybody is, right? That's why they have that phrase. I know you think it's weird, but it's like, I have to let everybody know I'm going against what y'all
Against the grain.
Yeah, against the grain, what y'all in society want. I think that's the reason why that phrase
I think
is
it's
used.
a generation thing for sure.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah.
Growing up in this household, do you have that same approach?
I don't feel like if I was to date a woman, I don't feel like I'd sit down and be like, look, mom, we're gonna have this long, lengthy conversation. I feel like I'd just be like, hi, here's
so and so.
You would
just pop up with the woman,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you think
something she would do?
Y'all look at how surprised Jazz is. Oh my God, you would just pop up with the woman, you wouldn't be scared? No, bitch, my mama does not beat me up. I can be myself because my mama don't beat me up. And they got some mamas that are very proud of the fact that their children will lie about who they are around them. They view the children lying to them about who they are as respect. Yeah, girl. Lying equals respect when you're a parent that doesn't want to accept who your kids are. All right.
You think that's because your mom comes from a space that is completely polar opposite of me.
No,
So you're comfortable
I think it's
doing that.
I think I'm comfortable having other people be uncomfortable.
To be clear, yes, Candy is like sex positive, absolutely. But Candy has had sexual situations with women, and so has Tami. So why is Tami like this?
She is. I admire that about her is that she puts herself first, but it also gets on my fucking nerves.
I mean,
when it just be like, you know,
Candy now. That's
yeah, she does the same.
When it comes to people feeling like Tami is trying to protect her daughter from an abusive relationship, Tami is the reason why her daughter would be in an abusive relationship in the first fucking place. And to me, it is just a way for people to try to explain away the fact that Tami is just cut and dry being homophobic. Like, there's no deep ass thing. She's just being homophobic. And what do I tell y'all about people that are homophobic? Specifically, people that have probably eaten a cat before, or at least had a cat eat them.
Thing. So she understands.
I don't think I always do that. Not always. I think she be getting mad at me because sometimes I'll be like, you're gonna be all right.
You know what I mean? So she won't care. So it's like, why do I have to care if she doesn't care either? Because I think we're both going to prioritize our own
happiness.
So it's like, let me do that.
I mean,
You want to prioritize your
make
happiness?
sure my kids are
I
good.
try to kick out the family. Yeah, kick me out the whole family. So everybody cut me off.
I think that people do have to prioritize themselves somewhat because at the end of the day, you don't want to go through your whole life sitting there like, you know, I had to tiptoe around my whole entire life. You know what I mean? You want to, you know, not be afraid to have the hard conversations and just be like, okay, you're going to be all right. This is what it is.
That's not even a hard conversation. That's a
I've
sensitive.
never thought to do that, but maybe I just got to put my foot down one day.
First of all, I interviewed Tami Roman years ago, and she said it to me. So that's one thing. Let me see. Is it in here on TikTok anywhere? I don't know if it's up here on TikTok, but I can tell you she personally told me when we interviewed her before. Hold up.
Is there has been no evidentiary proof that dick has entered the conversation?
I've never had sex with a man.
Whoa.
Ever.
She's what they call what is it called? A golden star?
That makes it
What is it called? A golden star? A golden star.
Does that make it different though? I feel like
I mean, I guess you could be like hetero-romantic.
What's that mean?
What does that mean? Means you like men romantically, but not sexually.
Oh! Whoa! You just put me onto a new word. I'm saying that now. I'm hetero-romantic. Okay.
Listen,
I like that.
I've never heard of that terminology.
I've never heard of
She
that.
literally just put me on. So
I don't know why, but it's like, yeah, bitch, I went to college.
You can like them romantically, meaning you can engage with them, you can interact with them, you like all that they bring, but I'm never having sex with you. I'm going to go to her to have sex, which makes me a lesbian.
No, it doesn't.
No,
Hold on, let's roll back.
I don't. That term is not just defined as what you do sexually. Lesbian isn't just defined as what you do in the bedroom.
Come on, enlighten me.
Lesbian is being sexually attracted to, but also what we understand now about identity is lesbians are people that are in romantic relationships with other women, right? Because we've come to understand what we didn't understand before is that niggas could be sexually attracted to you and not like you. Yes, men can. We've seen men do it. They are sexually aroused by women. They do not want to be in romantic relationships with them. Hold up. Where is it at?
I'm just your dildo. That's all I can be. Ain't even charge you. Let you fuck me for free. Girl, we ain't going steady. I thought you know me.
We just be cooling it. We ain't going steady. Call my phone when you want to play. Girl, you know I'm ready. You just a fun girl. Girl, we just messing around. What you catching feelings now? Once again.
I'm just your dildo. That's all I can be. Ain't even charge you. Let you fuck me for free.
Enlighten all of us.
Sexually attracted to though?
No, because in a sense, it's like it's beyond that. The bedroom is minuscule in a relationship, right? I could put it on you.
Correct.
Did you only get married to your husband because of what he did in the bedroom?
No,
no,
I did not.
That's
I
my
did
point,
not.
right?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's more than that. So it's the same for. Now I'm not gonna say us because you can say I'm a lesbian, but it's the same for. Can we move her?
He's a lesbian.
Well, I think
I'm just coming to terms. I mean, honestly, because I haven't had to really think about it, but I'm just literally coming to terms with bisexuality for myself. Like, I understand what my life has been, but once you assign yourself a certain like identity, you can literally be out here in full-blown relationships with niggas and still identify yourself as a lesbian because he's special. He's special.
I personally think, just because you haven't had sex, it doesn't mean that you won't eventually. She probably thinks that is a little bit more special to give away.
I think she's scared.
Yes, thank you.
No,
everything you've said so far
is
no.
I don't
How
know.
far after salt does Tami come? So you got that connection too, right? I know. I wanted to bridge it. You know what I'm saying? I really should have ran that one right after. My bad.
Everything you said so far is right on the
difference.
Money. It's literally
I think
how I
she's
feel.
definitely a difference.
It's different
to say that you're going to give yourself to a man in that way because he's going to have to enter her. It's different.
Yes,
and that's why I like the terminology. She's afraid because it's unfamiliar.
Yeah.
So she doesn't.
I'm sorry. Are you trying to convince her to fuck a man? Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to tell y'all my business. I started having sex with girls very early, but like real, like, really knowing what I'm doing about 14. Had a girlfriend named Ashley, half Puerto Rican, half black, had a single mom. Her hair was down to her ass. I felt real proud of myself. She went with a junior when I was at prep. She was the girlfriend of a junior. And, well, they don't call her Mrs. Steal Your Girl Arms for nothing. And I was in the band. So there's that. But anyway, she became my girlfriend, right? It was a whole thing. We were at the basketball game. And she's like, why you sitting between her legs like that? Because she my old lady. What are we confused? Was that not understood? So I absolutely experienced people telling me, and no matter what, people are always telling you, and this is a very manipulative thing that people do, but they're always trying to convince you you haven't been fucked good enough yet. Right? which is so ridiculous because what it means to be attracted to women is really more than just like a sexual thing, right? So much more. It can be really intense. That's why like lesbian relationships be a lot, right? But people say that to me all the time, right? At the beginning. But I finally decided on my own terms when I was ready to have sex with a man when I was like 19. And it was a beautiful experience. It was great. Top tier first time. You know what I'm saying? Ended up being in like a relationship with that man for years, you know, on and off. But essentially, does that mean that I no longer like women? Absolutely the fuck not. I like dick so much, I married it. Does it mean that I don't still like boobs? No. And I'm so sorry for my family, you know, who's in here. That's why, you know, it's like I be liking that y'all watch me, but like sometimes it's like, come on, get the fuck out of here, man. I'm gonna say some shit you may not like. Don't talk to me about it in real life. I'm just saying, don't ever try to check me about my life. I'm grown as fuck. Please be clear. But essentially, yeah, no. I have been fucked retarded by a man. So like just very much often in my life. Okay. To this day. Okay. And essentially, yes, round, still like cat. Not all the cats. Not even many of them at this point. But no, getting fucked retarded by a man with impeccable penis is not going to make her straight. It's not. Sign somebody that has had mostly impeccable penis in their life. Very blessed. Very, very blessed. Listen. Because I think only God, right? Like only God puts, you know, four dicks in your chamber. And literally all of them were above average experiences across the board. I have been blessed. Okay. One of the niggas, when I tell, like, I married him. Here we are. Now y'all think I'm straight because I'm married to a man. Who knew? It's not what everybody thought was going to happen, I promise. But here we are. So this line of thinking, again, brings me back to Mama D. Why are y'all trying to coerce y'all children into having sex so they can be straight, so you can feel more comfortable? We don't see how that's kind of weird? We don't see how it's weird for your comfortability to be predicated on who your kid is having sex with? Do we see the inappropriateness of you even, like...
Know what it is that experience is going to be, so she's taking her time. I'm gonna say you're taking your time. Can I say you're taking your time?
You can say whatever you like, Mom.
Okay, thanks, Jazz.
Okay.
And we're moving on.
Not to.
No, I don't mean to rub it in, but I gotta pop my shit sometimes. I have to pop my shit sometimes. Okay, I'm a Cancer in Venus. I have to pop my shit sometimes.
You want to move back because I had another question.
No, you had another question. Okay, go ahead. That's your question.
I mean, my only question was, you know, as far as the dating of it all, this is not a sexual question. The dating part is like, are you even giving off to men that you would be open?
Yeah.
Listen. Don't play with me. Okay? Don't play with me. The only reason you don't think I'm straight is because I'm completely honest. And I don't bullshit anybody. I am myself. Okay? If I showed you a picture of me with a weave, we'd be having a different conversation. Don't play with me.
So have you had dates?
Yes.
With me?
Have. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I have. I don't know why. You know who I've been on dates with.
You know what I show you.
You know who I've been on dates with. So for you to do that is like...
No, I was just saying, she said giving off. So that means a certain type of energy.
Yeah, like...
Not, yo, I got the bill.
No.
I got it.
Oh, that's how you... I don't do that. She put it on.
Is that what she's? That's what you're doing.
She went up
No,
to a man
look.
and said, "How you doing?"
I was
handsome?"
no look. I was.
Maybe not so much. Maybe not so much. You got a girlfriend?
I did ask him if he had a girlfriend because I wanted to get straight to the point, right? But I was
Right. Where's she at? Where the bitch at? Okay. That's what I want to know. Nice to meet you. Can you tap that bitch right behind you, sir? Thank you.
I think that's a very 2025 thing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think there's also something to be said for delivery and softness when you're talking to a man and you got a girlfriend.
say
It's
it
not
like that.
necessarily it. You know what I mean? It's kind of, so what's your situation? I mean, you involved with
But
somebody.
yes, I have been on
You know what
dates
I
with
mean? Yeah.
I don't know if I'm the softest either. I don't know if I would have did
Well,
it
it
like
works for
that.
you because you've been married a long time.
Yeah.
It
Every
can
woman
work.
isn't
It can work.
soft like
This is
you
true.
weren't soft like that. I grew up in a household with you. I know you.
Yeah, you don't give
You
soft.
weren't. She wasn't soft at all.
Bitch is like a goddamn icicle, okay? The bitch is a goddamn icicle. Not only are you not soft, bitch, but you're not warm. You're cold and then you're hot.
You don't think?
No.
No.
No, not at all.
Okay.
So I get it from you.
Okay. I'll take it.
Clearly, you guys have very transparent conversations.
Yes.
We absolutely do.
Mm-hmm.
Is there
Right. We have a great relationship. I control her. I tell her what to do. She tells me all her business, and I feel good about it. She's a little miserable, but I feel great. I feel great. I love her. You know, she's great. She's a great kid. Mm-hmm. But yeah, y'all. Tami absolutely, said that she had a relationship with a woman at some point. And like I said, like I have such a love for Tami. I do. I can't like she is such like the representation of that like generation of very angry, closed-minded, judgmental, hypocritical. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I know that they didn't post it, I don't think, but there was like another part of this interview where Candy actually brought it up that Tami had a relationship with a woman, but I didn't watch the whole thing. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth.
Okay. It was a female. Just 260. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Because you was open about yourself, Now you're bi, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's why I wasn't sure.
A lady is not bi.
Allegedly. What'd you say? Allegedly. What does allegedly mean? Allegedly bi.
Right. She's not bi, but she's pretending to be bi so that you will be comfortable because it's as you've all already expressed. As you've already expressed, girl, it matters to you. And if you can't be comfortable, then my God, today they're all gonna pay. That's what it's giving. Let's move on, you guys. In case you didn't hate me anymore. Let's talk about Michael Jackson. Y'all know how, y'all may not know, right? I talk about how I feel about Michael Jackson ever so often because I feel like, I'm not coming up off of this. I'm not coming up off of this. I think Mike did something. I think Mike was a weirdo. And I think if he wasn't famous, y'all wouldn't infantilize him the way y'all do, right? People really like to give him like this justice, warrior moniker because some of the songs and all of that shit. But essentially, he's a very weird, ghoul-like looking motherfucker and had weird relationships with children when he's like a 30-year-old man. And if any of y'all were being fucking real with yourselves and he wasn't Michael Jackson, you would think that nigga was a PDF. Like, you would. You would not be like, yeah, that's a regular nigga right there. I would definitely send my kids over to his house. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. A new lawsuit just hit the Jackson estate accusing Michael of grooming and abusing an entire family he was close to for over 2 decades. The family behind the claims, the Cassius, bitch, I don't know, the Cassios. The same folks he used to call his second family. From what's being said, Michael first met Dominic Casio back in the 80s when Dominic was managing a hotel in New York. They became tight, and Michael started spending major time with his wife and kids. He was around so much, he basically became family. He'd eat dinner with them, go on shopping trips, and even bring the kids out to Neverland Ranch. The children would copy his style and dress like versions of him. The oldest son, Frank, eventually worked for Michael as his personal assistant. Now, years later, the same family is accusing Michael of something much darker. Court papers filed in California claim he didn't just act like family. The lawsuit says he manipulated, brainwashed, and sexually abused all 5 siblings for years, starting back in the 80s and continuing up until 2009. The documents mention hundreds of alleged incidents. The Casios are also claiming that in 2020, the Jackson estate tried to keep them quiet with a secret multi-million-dollar deal. Frank, who once praised Michael in a whole book and called him an incredible man, is now saying he was also manipulated into protecting him. And look, first comment, boo, shut up. No, he wasn't. They're just broke and need money. I would believe that. I would absolutely believe that. If it were not for the fact that grown ass celebrity men taking special interest in people's fucking children, spending time with the family. Yeah, I saw a documentary about another nigga that was fucking the family. He was fucking the whole family. He was fucking the daddy, he was fucking the mama, and he was fucking the daughter. Well, what's that? Y'all saw it on Peacock. Took the daughter out into the woods and drugged her and assaulted her for days. Kind of got basic permission to do it from the parents because he was fucking the mama and the daddy. Y'all heard about that, right? So when I hear a man that's 30-something years old that has repeatedly had what seems to be inappropriate friendships and relationships with children, because he himself has said there's nothing wrong with sleeping in a bed with children, they lying. How can you know that? I really want y'all to ask yourselves, how can you possibly know that? Have you been everywhere with Michael Jackson's dick? Have you been like what are you, a pubic hair? How do you know? How do you know? Have you been with him and his dick this entire time? Now listen, I am open to them being liars. I am absolutely open to people money grabbing Michael Jackson. But when you actually look at how often Michael Jackson has had friendships with kids when he was 30-something years old, place that same scenario on a regular adult human being that is not a celebrity. Like maybe the guy that lives across the street. Say the guy that lives across the street from you doesn't have any children exactly himself, right? He did have children, but okay. Has like weird relationships with all of the kids. And even if they do have kids, y'all know niggas that have kids that be having like their kids will have sleepovers and they fuck their friend's kid, like their kids' friends. That's why my daddy didn't let me go to everybody's house, because your friend's dad might try to fuck you. That's like a common thing. So people can be friends with kids. Can they? Can they? Is that right? Let's see. I just, a reference.
Is it really appropriate for a 44-year-old man to share a bedroom with a child who is not related to him at all? That's a beautiful thing. That's not a worrying thing? Why should it be worrying? Who's the criminal? Who's Jack the Ripper in the room? This is a guy trying to help heal a child. I'm sleeping in a sleeping bag on the floor. I gave him the bed because he has a brother named Star. So him and Star took the bed, and I'm on the floor in the sleeping bag. Did you ever sleep in the bed with them? No. But I have slept in a bed with many children. When Macaulay Culkin were little, Kieran Culkin would sleep on this side, Macaulay Culkin's on this side, his sister's in there. We're all just jamming the bed. Then we'd wake up like dawn and go in the hot air balloon. It's just not right, Michael. It's very right. It's very loving. That's what the world needs now. More love.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, hey, I'll say this. I believe that's some weird ass shit. Okay. And if a grown man ever said anything like that to me, I would want y'all to lock the nigga up.
Easily the most disturbing moment of the past 8 months.
Some have, and they say, is that really appropriate?
When you're talking about children, we met Gavin. And so it was that we came back to our meeting at Neverland with 12-year-old Gavin. I'd found this easily the most disturbing moment of the past 8 months.
Some have, and they say, is that really appropriate?
When you're talking about children, we met Gavin. And it was a great privilege to meet Gavin because he's had a lot of suffering in his life.
Yeah.
When Gavin was there, he talked about the fact that he shares your bedroom.
Yes.
Can you understand why people would worry about that?
Okay, that's enough. Add that to the fact that one of my favorite comedians has a joke about the possibility of, Michael Jackson's sperm curing cancer. Let's make a joke. Let's make a joke about kids, Michael Jackson, and being cured of cancer. I'm just saying. I see the concern, but I also think Michael Jackson was asexual and just liked being a child. Okay, girl. Okay, girl. Well, I'm just going to say that I'm not going to completely just say that the family is lying. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say I wasn't there. And so I will absolutely never assume that people are just automatically lying because that man said that shit up out of his mouth. And I always have to go and pull that clip for people because y'all forget things. Y'all forget things because y'all are fans of people's music. And y'all forget that you don't know these fucking people. You forget that you don't know these fucking people. You don't know these fucking people. I'm open to the family being a liar. I'm also open to the fact that Michael Jackson was obviously somebody that a lot of people took advantage of as a child, and how that might materialize in adulthood as somebody feeling like it's appropriate to sleep in a bed with other people's kids. I also know how PDFs actually work and how they don't actually have to physically sexually do anything in order for them to be perverse and use their proximity to children as a way as a turn on. Yeah, wasn't it Mahatma Gandhi? Wasn't it Mahatma Gandhi Like there's a story about him where one of the things he did in order to prove like his spiritual prowess was to sleep in a bed with his like 12-year-old niece, I believe. Because obviously if he could not fuck his 12-year-old niece after sleeping in a bed with her, that must mean that he's a god amongst men, because he was able to fight the urge to fuck his 12-year-old niece. So yeah, I would think that Michael Jackson sleeping in the bed and all of this and proving to himself that he's not as bad as the people that probably actually touched him, because even though he's feeding off of these children in the same way, he's not actually doing what those people did to him. So it's not the same. And he's not actually harming kids. Oh no, he's helping them. So understand how the whole world is like grooming everybody to be okay with men fucking kids. Do we see it? Is it like there was a theme across the shows about adults fucking kids? Like, okay. I feel like it's grooming. I do. I feel like it's grooming. Be safe out there. Be safe out there. Okay, where are we on time? 2:30. Okay. If you guys don't mind, I would like to take a quick little break. And when we come back, we're going to continue because I want to talk about Nicki Minaj. And I still want to talk about Ray J and the Den of Kings and comedian Kevin shit. But yeah, we're going to take a quick break. And you guys can talk amongst yourselves while I'm gone. I'm going to run an ad, if you don't mind. If you don't mind. Can I talk about this woman I had? She's always complaining about the things she ain't got. Not coming up, you guys. Why is it acting stupid? And the things her girlfriend got. The baby, I want to let you know we can't be in two places at one time. If you think you're lonely now, oh yeah, wait until tonight, bitch. Oh, you better wait till tonight. Hold up, I'm trying to find it. Yeah, baby. Wait until the night, bitch. Wait until the night, bitch. Is it all the way back here, girl? Yeah, it is. I gotta save this so it's there. All right. Hey, get ready with me. Okay, just a little something before I get ready for one of my daily lives. So I just started growing my locks about 2 years ago now, and I color treated, and I do like a style here or there, and I really have noticed that my hair does the best when I keep it moisturized. And my regimen of spraying my hair with water and then following it up with Fab Hair International's Moisture Mist leave-in conditioning spray, girl, listen. It's giving me everything that I need as far as the moisture on a daily basis is concerned. I've tried a lot of sprays and I really enjoy not only the way the spray bottle works, but also the way the hair feels moisturized after I've given it a spritz. There are so many great Fab Hair International products to try. And the Stimulate and Soothe Deep Cleansing Shampoo is one of my favorites. It actually gives your scalp a tingling sensation that makes it feel really clean. And then the Moisture Mask Deep Conditioning Mask is really amazing as well. Make my hair feel really moisturized after I had color treated it. The products are great and were created by a Black woman stylist who came from behind her chair to give her people the products she felt they really deserved. Fab Hair International is for all curls and coils, whatever your hair type. You can find something at Fab Hair International that will suit your specific needs. Right now, you can use my code BONDY15 to get 15% off of your purchase. Go to fabhairinternational.com, take their hair quiz, and find out which products will be perfect for your hair. Be a bougie traveler and shop fabhairinternational.com. Hey, y'all, this is a get ready with me. Okay, just a little something before. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Hold up, y'all. I'm coming back on camera in a sec. Give me a second. All right. Oh, I forgot about this. Let's do this first.
Ladies, listen to the king. Did you hear? He say, look in the mirror. and say what, King? Tell the ladies because they need to
You
hear.
gotta look in the mirror and say it's not me.
Yeah,
You know, it's
the
not
ladies
me.
need to hear that.
And by
'cause
the way, the
y'all be
men
having mo-
too. Yeah, the men too, because there's some cutthroat, ruthless ass bitches out here right now too.
Oh,
Yeah. Listen, I sit in the locker room. You know, I'm in locker rooms and shit now, but you know, it's a lot of women out here that's now kind of flipped the script.
They ain't go for everything.
And you know, some homies out here that's trying to be good too, and just you know trying to figure it out. And now they looking in the mirror saying, "Damn, what did I do wrong?" Homies, it ain't you.
It ain't always
even if it's meant to be, it's meant to be, and if it ain't, champ, like you just
I
gotta.
do think people need to hear that.
Now they need to hear stop forcing it. If it's not there, like that's my biggest thing because a lot of I know a lot of friends that like I'm like, bro, you're obviously telling me things that like I would have been just stopped it, but like they just scared to like stop it, scared to be alone.
Ladies, listen to the King. Did you hear? He say, look in the mirror and say what, King? Tell the ladies because they need to
You
hear.
gotta look in the mirror and say it's not me.
Yeah,
You know, it's
the
not
ladies
me.
need to hear that.
And by the
'cause
way,
y'all
the
be
men
having
too.
Yeah,
the men.
The men too. The men need to hear it's not them neither. They need to hear it's not them, bitch. No, wait, bitch. No, I know you wanted this to be for the girls, but wait a minute, the men, like, cause these raggedy bitches, right? Like, right, niggas, nigga. I don't get LeBron's attachment to Kai Cenat at this point, but it's weird. It's weird. And this moment is a reminder of why LeBron is like this head of his game. Like, you know, he's the king and all of that, right? But he's a fucking follower. He's a fucking follower. Like, to me, LeBron is the guy that, because he played basketball, he wasn't like doing the shit that he feels like makes guys cool. Like running through a whole bunch of bitches. Like he was, but not like that, because he had to be a family man. He had to be a husband. And so I think on some level, he resents that he had to be a husband and he can't just be like a Drake or somebody who could just be out there, you know, running through all of the women publicly. Because I feel like he really wants to like sing songs and complain about women he feels like have used him for money. You know, like, you're supposed to just let me use you for pussy. You're not supposed to just like be trying to like use me for money while I'm trying to use you for pussy. Like, you're not supposed to do that, bitch. Like, this is like a man's world, and your job is to like exist and make me feel good about my existence. So like, if I want to like cheat on my wife and fuck you, like, you're not supposed to be trying to get anything out of me. It's just supposed to be a pleasure, like, to even fuck me, because I'm LeBron James and I'm good at basketball. So like, because I'm good at basketball, you supposed to like, you know, be like worshiping my nutsack right now. That's what you're supposed to be doing. But it feel like you think that, you know, because you a woman or whatever, that, you know, you're not supposed to have to like do that. And so, you know, well, I wanna sing Drake songs out loud. I wanna support Tory Lanez because I want to shoot a bitch in the feet too. Like, they got some bitches out here that I really want to shoot in the fucking feet. Like, I gotta admit that to myself. Like, yes, I'm LeBron James. I am, okay? And I know y'all see me how y'all see me. But essentially, I have cheated on my wife with some raggedy ass bitches that I would love to shoot in the feet. And I can't. I can't write songs about the women I've cheated on. I can't even write a song about how I hate the fact that because I cheat so often on my wife, she gets to always like be mad at me. And I always gotta be like apologizing for shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to be a man of my word. I was supposed to be. But all I do is apologize for everything. Like, hey. Listen, I'm a king of basketball, bitch. I'm my generation's Michael Jordan. I should be able to do this. Always got to be scared that black people gonna disown me because of my love of white bitches. You know? That's not fair. It's not fair. I want to be able to fuck white bitches and sing sad songs about them. Like Drake. And so because I can't sing the songs that I want to sing, I can't fuck all of the white bitches that I want to fuck and still be able to be LeBron. I gotta live vicariously through all of these problematic niggas that I love. Okay? Tory gets to shoot bitches in the feet. Right? I wanted to do that. Got too much to lose. I can't go to jail. Drake, I want to run through them all. I want to fuck all of the bitches. I want to fuck the stripper bitches. Then I want to go fuck ugly white bitches. Like I want to fuck porn star bitches. White girls, big titties that let me and Kai Cenat go in both holes at the same time. Like I want to live out my baby Lil Wayne dreams. I gotta be politically correct because I work for the NBA and shit. They won't let me be the type of nigga I really want to be. He's upset about it. He is upset about it. My perspective. Keep hope alive, LeBron. Like keep living vicariously through these niggas. It's gonna pay off for you not to like completely ruin your image to fuck basic bitch white women. Stick with Savannah, you know. Financially, you will probably keep your ends if you stick with Savannah. And we all know that's what's most important to you niggas. Keep your money, you know.
So the last time he was alive, I'm talking to him the night before. We make the New York Times best.
Fuck you, first of all, Ray J, for ruining this very emotional moment for Kev. Why you beating him up, though? Like, you beating this nigga up. Like, hey, fool. Hey, fool. I know, fool. It's tough. It's tough out here, fool. I know. Love you, fool. Love you. All right. Stay up. Hey, suck that shit up. Suck, you crying, nigga. Suck that shit up. I start crying. Suck that shit up, nigga.
So, look, thank you, Richard. So it's the highest high. That day is.
Hey, that nigga put in the comments, hashtag thank you, Ray J. The truth of the matter is, y'all, Ray J got uncomfortable with the emotions. And also, Ray J likes taking the attention off of other people, y'all. Okay? I'm so mad that he made it so that we could not take that moment seriously. Here are other moments from that podcast. I want to go. I'm gonna start here.
Doc in NLE, have you ever been to that space where you ever thought about suicide as black men?
Yeah, absolutely. I was on suicide watch. Yeah, there were times when I'm recently married, but there were times.
Jonathan, sweetheart. Jonathan. Hi, Jonathan. Hi. You know, you don't have to always remind us that you have married a black woman in order to get back in the good graces of black people after you got accused of abusing that white girl and asking her to be your Coretta. You don't have to remind us that you married Megan so that you can put us back into the space that you are a man that loves black women. Before I preface this with telling you about how I wanted to commit suicide because the white bitch told the police that I beat her up. And I didn't beat her up that time. That time I did beat her up, I was able to convince her not to go to the police even though she had a concussion. Okay? Yes, I know y'all have text messages and heard me say that, yes, bitch, I strangled you. Yes, I know, but I've changed. Black women's vagina is very magical. Black women's vagina can cure an abusive man. I'm telling you right now. Okay? Just like Stefan Diggs' dick can cure Cardi B's heartache. Okay?
When me and my girlfriend, me and my fiance, and now me and my wife, there were times when
they did find him guilty. He was guilty. But what I mean is, he body slammed her, right? Like you could tell he roughed her up, but I believe he had roughed her up worse the previous September because she had a concussion, and he cried and said that he would kill himself if she went to the hospital. She wanted to go to the hospital because she had a headache, because she had a concussion, because he had hit her. And then it was another time where she got him to admit that he had strangled her. So I think what she actually was able to get him on was the stuff we saw video evidence of them in the street. And everybody was able to act like because he was running away from her, that must mean that he's not abusive. As if abusive women don't run behind abusive men all the time, bitch. I saw Sparkle. And that man said, crawl, bitch. I also saw that one movie with the Asian black man that wanted to be like what you call him? Y'all know what's that man? Not Dragonfly Jones. What's that one black light-skinned black man that he wanted to be, not Jackie Chan, Bruce Leroy. Bruce Leroy had a movie with a bitch and she was on coke, and that nigga was like, come crawl to me, bitch. Come crawl to me, bitch. And he sprinkled the cocaine across the table. And that bitch got on the table and was like crawling to the cocaine. And then in Sparkle, Satin Struthers beat the shit out of sister. Crawl, bitch, crawl. And then after that, y'all saw Giving Up. So hard to do. Like, niggas will have you out here fucked up. Niggas will have you out here fucked up. So that tells me Jonathan Majors is an unsafe nigga. Period, point blank. I'm gonna let him continue though.
We never spoke about it, but she never left me alone. And I never let myself be alone. Because we had spoken about that, and I put it to her very straight. I don't know. I just don't want it.
Doc in LA, have you ever been to that space where you ever thought about
life? I just don't want it. I just don't want.
What brought you to that place?
Isolation, right? Ostracism.
Being held accountable for my actions.
Humiliation. Abandonment.
Ain't nothing worse than when everybody finds out that the narcissist is abusive. Nothing worse than that. They can see me now. God damn it.
And the funny thing about that is that, we got a doc here. So I've learned that those things and having an event happen to you and getting arrested or, losing a job or, having to rejigger, you think that's the thing that gets you, but it's usually, I found for myself, it was something way, 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 way back, that kind of had my mind in a certain space, you know what I mean? About life. And drug overdose. Yep.
Wow.
My God, today.
Damn near lived on a roof, just plenty of.
Imagine a nigga that had the same ugly Reconstruction Jim Crow brown pair of boots. My God, living on a roof. He was a vagabond.
Plenty of. I don't even smoke cigarettes. You know what I mean? Plenty of cigarettes and whiskey. I actually wrote a letter. I've done the whole thing and.
Oh, you know what that sounds like? That sounds like using everything that you've been through to manipulate people. Like, I'm gonna unalive myself. I can imagine him snot boogers in there. Cause I might go to jail because I choked the white girl. I'm gonna write a letter. Mama, it's all your fault. It's all your fault, mama. Like, I can imagine. Shout out to Dominique.
and been there.
Just the courage you have at this table, though, man. Just
That's what niggas think it takes so much courage for them to tell you shit that invokes sympathy so you can feel bad for them. They think it takes so much courage. Can you imagine the courage? Somebody needs to have the courage. Tonight. I'm sorry. it was a Medea's family reunion reference. I'm sorry.
It's not. It's precious, right? Like life is precious and it's deep, but there is a level of like, I don't really care. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I've reached a point.
You know what? When you said that shit last time, I was really kind of tripping, right? But now that I think about it, you're absolutely right. I am crazy. But you know what? I don't give a fuck. That's what this nigga sounded like.
Now where it's like, I really want to care. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't care.
But the darkness we have to go through as a black man sometimes to get to that light.
But see, that's the thing you said.
That's what pisses me off.
You said this at the top. You know, we as black men have to talk about mental health, right? Like, I agree. But we are all born into a society in which our narrative, right? Our narrative as black men, we're born into a narrative that puts us downhill. Yeah. And then you end up having to pretend that you're somebody that you're not.
NLE Chopper look like a nigga named Bishop.
To get through certain doors that I got through, right? You don't get through an Ivy League door, you know, behaving a certain way, thinking a certain way, or letting people know you think a certain way.
Letting people know you think a certain way. Very important words there.
That didn't happen.
I think I had to hide that I was beating bitches' asses. You know? Yeah, man. Let's get into NLE Chopper. Who I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. This nigga scares me. Like any nigga that's buttoning their shirt all the way up to the top like that, and they a skinhead, I am scared. I am scared, bitch.
Christianity. It's a thing where people praise the Son more than they praise the Father. And that's what I don't like. Okay. Because if we are man made in a likeness, Jesus is our brother. You get what I'm saying?
I do. I absolutely do. What the young man is saying actually makes sense when you really think about it. A lot of artists, so many public figures, public black men who have like studied these religions because, you know, their lives have been terrible. So they feel a lot of turmoil inside of themselves. You know, they're demons and they're trying to pray away all of the shame and guilt they feel about the fucked up ways in which they live their lives. So they go to religion to try to figure out how to absolve themselves of all of the shame and guilt that they feel, right? What ends up happening to me is this like, I don't even know if I can call this shit an overcorrection. This shit is scary. Okay, no. I know what I was about to say. They come to the conclusion about you being God and God being you and what that actually means and what it actually means to be in control of your life in this world instead of the idea that God is outside of you, right? And you should be praising and bowing to every God-like figure around you. And to be very clear, people say, oh, don't put nobody above God. But the truth of the matter is there are several people in our lives that we put into God-like roles and treat them as if they're infallible. Parents, for one. parents, anybody who y'all believe is an authority figure. That's why I've never gotten jiggy with that authority shit. Even at a job, managers will feel like they have an authority over you. And if you're not, a ass kisser to the person they feel like they've given authority to, then you have a problem with authority. Not, I'm not going to act like a subservient child to another adult because I'm an adult. And that is because all of our systems are based in a mindset of narcissistic abuse and slavery. Okay. So I do believe that NLE Chopper is right when he says, why am I worshiping the next man instead of aligning myself more with God in a way of I'm not going to be bowing to anybody else. However, what these niggas do when they come to that understanding is they pervert it, if you ask me. Kanye did it. A lot of other, I think maybe Akon. It's a lot of them that have talked about being a god and what that means. And when they say it, I don't think they have the right idea around it. I think they have the right information, but their perception is skewed in ego. So because their perception is skewed in ego, they think when I say I'm a god, that means I'm a god to everybody that's in my vicinity. I'm a god over domain, and anybody in my domain, I'm a god over. That's how they envision it. That's not what it is. You being a god is meant to make you view yourself as a god so that you can see yourself as a higher form of being. Because what has happened, especially with Black people and Black men specifically, is if you cannot see yourself in an enlightened state, if you can't imagine yourself in an enlightened state, you won't strive for enlightenment. If you don't think that you can become a god in a way of ascension and an enlightenment as a soul, if you don't believe that, you are not going to actually try to be good in this life. You're not. You're going to think that you can just fuck this off and do whatever in this life, and it's not going to matter. Because all you have to do is say, Jesus is my Lord and Savior, and all will be forgiven. But if you understand that you have a responsibility in this life to be your own God, meaning to strive to be the best version of yourself in this life, not to control other people around you. If you don't understand that, it makes it harder for you to see your own power. That's why I often have such an aversion to people always offering up their hard work to something else outside of themselves, whether it be man or God. They will put in all of this work. They will pick themselves up. They will get up every morning and go to work, go to school. They will take the test. They will study. They will do what they need to do in order to sacrifice and make something happen to themselves, and then turn around and say, it was only God, girl. Only God could have done it. And I don't feel like that's how God works. I think that disempowers you. I think God sets the circumstance. I think the energy that we pull from when we talk about God, God is all of us. God is all of the energy. And I think that our ascended versions are connected to the God energy. And in that, right? We see each other. Okay. So in that, you strive to be the best version of yourself. And I think that really religion is supposed to be teaching you like ways of thinking and being that are supposed to help you attain this ascension. And it's not, like people think of it the way men actually think of it, in an ego way. That's not what it's about. It's not about that. It's about actually trying to become the enlightened, godlike version of yourself that is full and all-knowing. Y'all, I was talking about it in my members only, but the reason why I had put on threads that everybody needs to rewatch Lovecraft Country is because certain masterpieces of art, like films or television shows like Lovecraft Country, books, whatever, they will show you different things when you watch them at different points of time. Other things will jump out to you. And I recently just rewatched just from episode 7. Episode 7 is my favorite, the Hippolyta episode, because of what that actually meant for Hippolyta to go through all of those stages and end up being able to name and call herself whatever she wanted to call herself, to say, I am an explorer, now you're exploring. Then to to reach that highest form and be talking to that goddess in space, y'all, that's literally how I envision the God-like version of myself, in a celestial being, right? In some type of interconnected web. But my version is up there communicating with this version. That is how I imagine it, right? And that episode perfectly kind of depicts how I view it. And there is a freeing that has to happen. There is a escaping of fear that has to happen once you realize these things. And they're harvesting our fear. So I think it's important to watch stuff that gives you a perspective on what's actually happening around you, because they are feeding off of our fear. But yeah, I'm gonna let him continue with this. But yeah, he scares me.
Why would I drop down and praise my brother instead of praising my father? And that goes back to honoring your parents.
I just gotta say something.
Good.
Have you read the Bible?
I read the Bible. I listen to the Bible. I receive from source straight.
I would say read it again.
Sir, let me ask you a question, Ray J. In Christianity,
Jonathan Major's telling him to read it again. I think that there's a level of condescension in that. I feel like, nigga, you don't have it figured out neither. But ultimately, I feel like NLE Chopper reminds me of somebody like Krishan. When you give really ignorant people, or people that don't have a lot of education, so they don't know how to critically think about what they're learning, when you give them certain information, they all do the same thing, and they become these very militarized, robotic versions of themselves, and they see it as a way to contain the monster inside of themselves that they're trying to contain. But for me, sometimes it becomes even more apparent that there's a monster in there. It's watching how you are trying to contain it within yourself. Because that's what he looks like. Like, whenever I see people that are very and I don't know how else to say it, but militarized in their body, the way he looks, y'all, I know it's supposed to look like discipline, but discipline and militarization are two different things. And I feel there is a fear. No, not Krishan, but spot on. Yeah, because think about how she responds to religion, right? How she will go and praise Jesus and, put her hands in the air like an empty white person. Like, I'm sorry, but that should be weird. Whenever I see people, with their hands in the sky, like, girl, yeah, put your hands down. Okay. You're not connecting to anything, bitch. Like, I want to knock whatever that is that you think you holding up out of your hand. They having a god off to see who can weaponize religious interpretations the best. This person got it right. I do feel like this is what they were doing. And that's why I was like, Kev, get out of the room, Kev. Okay. But it absolutely is giving using religion as a dick measuring contest. It's very scary. It's very, very scary, y'all. But the way NLE Chopper has treated the women in his life, I believe he's been very, very abusive. Doesn't NLE Chopper have a lot of children? Anytime a man has a whole bunch of kids, I automatically assume that he's doing it in a manner of abuse. Look at this man, y'all. Look at him. Look at him. He's scary as fuck to me. And I don't think, you can't tell a book by its cover. Bull the fuck shit. So he said, he posted this Bible verse, Matthew 12:49-50, pointing to his disciples. He said, "Here are my mother and my brothers, for whoever does the will of my Father in heaven is my brother and sister and mother." Yes, right. This moment redefines family, showing that spiritual kinship, doing God's will, is greater than biological ties. John, Jesus said, "Do not hold on to me, for I have not yet ascended to the Father. Go instead to my brothers and tell them I am ascending to my Father and your Father, to my God and your God." See, that's the problem. No, baby, just yours. You're ascending to yours. You ascend to yours. Okay. After his resurrection, he explicitly calls the disciple brothers for the first time, marking their new status as co-heirs and members of God's family. Both the one who makes people holy and those who are made holy are the same family. So Jesus is not ashamed to call them brothers and sisters. Together, these verses reveal that Jesus wasn't just speaking metaphorically. He was announcing a new spiritual reality through him. Believers share in his relationship with the Father. Yeah, NLE Chopper is right about this. That nigga still scary as fuck. But he is absolutely right about this.
In Christianity, it's a thing where people praise the Son more than they praise the Father.
Read it again. No man cometh to the Father except through Jesus. And that's how you know that the Bible is a conglomerate of different artifacts put together to control the minds of the masses. Because if, like, why do I have to come through Jesus when Jesus said that we family, okay? And God is our Father. He's your Father. He's my Father. That's putting us on even playing field. And see, that's the thing. The religion is because it's man-made. Because all religions are man-made, y'all. All religions are man-made. Men made them. That's what that means. Men made them. So that's why these men are all sitting around, okay, talking about this shit, because they need to have, something to control them. They need to have something to control them. That's how the men are, girl. I'm gonna do this last thing and I'm gonna get off here because I think I have to go and get Lyric from work. Okay. So Nicki Minaj, $20 million LA home at risk of being seized over massive debt. Now, yesterday she got online and said that people were maxing out her Amex card. And then everybody was like, well, girl, that's what Cardi B said. Cardi B said your husband is maxing out your Amex card. And the niggas that you be having at your house, they come back out into the streets in the Bronx and they tell everybody your fucking business. So yeah, the streets already knew, right? And so then it comes out that she's at risk of losing her house because of her unpaid debt. And I'm like, well, that's not surprising. I literally just saw somebody online on TikTok talking about how they don't think she have the money that she's actually supposed to have. And I'm like, yeah, that's because she's not actually working. The way she was touring made me feel like you were touring because you need money, not because you're doing it just for fun. Nicki should be doing way more shit than she's actually doing. I know she has the perfume she just came out with, but essentially I feel like she's not focused enough on her brand. She's too focused on all of this other bullshit, because really, like, every opportunity should be an opportunity for you to be selling shit. It's like you learn nothing from Rihanna. But she says 3 different people in a span of 2 months charging my Amex without permission. Some couldn't even explain how they had the brand new card number. Girl, the call going on inside the house. According to her Instagram story, she already filed reports and says one of the alleged thieves was even tracking her location with a device tied back to her own phone number. Girl, how did that happen? Who's that close to you? How did that happen, Nikki? Oh, Nika, explain. Tell us, girl. We have a right to know. I'm sorry, y'all. I've been watching Scream. I definitely can't wait to come back tomorrow because we got to talk about Sweetie, girl. And we didn't get a chance to talk about it today. We have to talk about Sweetie. Hold up, y'all. I want to go to US Weekly and see what they're saying. But this isn't surprising, y'all. Niggas will ruin you every time. All right, so it says on October 6th, Thomas Wiedenmüller, who was awarded $500,000 from Minaj and Petty in a lawsuit over alleged assault by Petty in 2019, asked the court to order the rapper's home to be sold to help him collect on the money owed. So this is stemming not even from a debt you acquired in business, but because Kenneth Petty beat up a man in 2019, so you can pretend to be a drug dealer girlfriend in a queen pin. Wiedenmüller, who was a security guard at one of Minaj's shows in Germany, said Minaj owns an 11-bedroom, 16-bathroom, 11,820 square foot home in Hidden Hills, California. The entertainer purchased the home for $19.5 million in December 2022, according to property records. In this motion, Wiedenmüller explained that he believes the home is worth enough to pay off the mortgage liens and his debt. He pointed out that Minaj has a $13 million mortgage lien on the home and $700,000 homestead exemption, together just under $14 million. Wiedenmuller told the court the property's current fair market value is appraised at $20 million, yielding approximately $6 million in equity beyond the lien and exemption. That amount is more than sufficient to satisfy the judgment, plus accrued interest and enforcement costs. He said the law does not require him to exhaust other collection efforts before asking for a debtor's home to be sold off. Here, there is no doubt that the sale of the dwelling would satisfy the entire judgment, with millions to spare, he said. Wiedenmuller lawyer noted, although it is regrettable that the extraordinary measure of forcing the sale of Minaj's dwelling is required, that result is entirely the product of her intransigence in not making payment. Okay, basically, this bitch don't want to pay. Minaj is a global music superstar, estimated to have a net worth of anywhere between 150 to 190 million, and is reportedly the highest paid female rap star in the world. There is little doubt that she is highly capable of paying the judgment in full, and yet she has refused to do so despite multiple written requests for payment and levies served upon several of her suspected creditors. Wiedenmuller said he should not have to wait any longer to receive his money. In his lawsuit, Wiedenmuller claimed there was drama while working at Minaj's show on March 22nd, 2019. He said a fan broke the security barrier and was able to get on stage next to Minaj. The rapper allegedly became upset with the security team working the event. Wiedenmuller claimed Minaj was yelling at a female security guard. When he tried to defuse the conversation, he alleged that Minaj was upset by his attempt and told Petty about the encounter. He claimed he was instructed to go to Minaj's dressing room. Once he entered, Wiedenmuller claimed Minaj was there with Petty and 2 security guards. He claimed that Minaj started yelling at him, which led to Petty, without warning, striking Wiedenmuller in the face. Wiedenmuller said he was stunned and disoriented. He said he rushed out to the hospital where doctors determined he had serious injuries and needed surgery to fix his jaw. Minaj and Petty failed to respond to the lawsuit, which led to the court entering default judgment against the duo in March 2024. Now, to me, I think you should have to pay this man his $500,000, because I think you're living in a delusional land where you think you can just put your fucking hands on someone, right? You think you can just put your fucking hands on someone because you're angry and nothing should be done about it because you're Onika Minaj and you're married to a convict. And so you should be able to beat people up with paid security and get away with it. Like, what are you, Jocelyn Hernandez, bitch? Like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, y'all. Hold up, let me see. Did she not say it was arrogant? Tay, I thought I had saved a story that said that. I thought I had. Hold, let me see. Let me see. Allegedly, multiple people have been using. That's the one I just had from It's On Site. I don't see anything else about it on It's On Site, but that doesn't mean anything. Let me go to the neighborhood talk. And then I'm gonna get out of here. But yeah, you guys, this is not surprising. And I just kind of feel like this is like even more extension of the fact that something is wrong with Onika Mirage. Something is not well. And I think that a lot of people are refusing to admit it. They're refusing to come to terms with the fact that the lady is a fucking weirdo. And she thinks that she is a queen pin of some sort. Yeah, I haven't seen, I thought I saw something like that, but I haven't seen anything on, the blogs that I'm normally on. But if there's more about it, I'll come back about it. But yeah, she didn't even bother to show up to court. Default judgment, girl. Yeah, it gives, I don't have respect for you hoes. I don't have to pay you anything. Fuck you. That's what it gives. That's what it gives. And I think that's sad. I think that you really do ruin all you have when you move like that, but that's that lady's business. So we'll see how it all shakes out. I hope she doesn't lose her home. But again, I think in this economy, the way the world is going, there is nothing wrong with downsizing. There's nothing wrong with it, girl. You don't have to live in a 11-bedroom house. Like, it's just you and the baby and the man. Why do you have an 11-bedroom house? For access, because you're a celebrity. Stupid. It's stupid. Girl, yeah, a lot of people following Whitney Houston's footsteps. It is so sad. But anyway, I gotta go. I love you guys. I love you guys. I appreciate y'all. And I will see y'all tomorrow because we'll discuss more things further. Because I really want to talk about Speedy tomorrow. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. Love you guys. Have a good rest of your evening. Bye.